So here we are. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, people of YouTube, etc. time zone you're watching in, etc. Or if you're watching on the replays, whatever time you decided to watch it. Welcome back to YouTube and the Nerdic Pro podcast. My name is, as per usual, Bobby effing Salastar. With me on the line is Nerdic Pro podcast stablemate, that side, Mr. Richie Stonen, and
hello.
Underneath me are a couple of guests this evening.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Of Dizzy and Tiny.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening.
How are we?
Yeah, good, good. Like I was just saying, it's a little bit warm. We're sat in the corner of the living room, the curtains shut.
A heat wave.
And
like, what?
we've tried to lift Tiny up. I can't go any lower.
I can't go any higher.
Yeah,
to get us on the camera.
cushions.
Oh, is that why she's known as Tiny?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So yeah, welcome. For those of you regular viewers of the Nerdic Pro podcast, you may have seen recently that we are trying to expand the Nerdic Pro podcast and sort of branch away from the wrestling side of things. We will fundamentally still be a wrestling-based podcast. However, we are going to be using the nerd part of our name to expand even bigger. As Richie said a couple of weeks ago, it is a little mini video that he put out. And so that is why Richie went out and contacted a few people, two of which are Dizzy and Tiny, who regularly stream on Twitch. So sort of talk us through how you sort of first got into, well, first of all, like, introduce yourselves and all that, like, who are you, sort of things, for people that don't know who you are. And
I'll start if you like. I'm DizzyOnline. I call myself a content creator rather than a streamer because I wanted to do YouTube and stuff first, but ended up sort of more focusing on Twitch, that sort of thing. So I do lots of gaming on Twitch 2 to 3 times a week. Been streaming for just over 5 years, I think now. Coming up to 6, maybe?
Yeah,
5.5
years,
minutes, something like that, yeah. I'll let you go for a bit.
Oh. I'm Tiny, and I'm married to Dizzy, and Dizzy is my inspiration.
Oh,
and we had I was always next to you doing a sort of modding and keeping an eye on your cats
join
and
the games,
things like that. And you should jump in your games and stuff. And then one birthday, quite a few people didn't know. They said, why don't you try streaming, and stuff like that. And you hear it a lot, don't you? And then I sort of eventually one day I said, well, it's my birthday coming up. Why don't we try me in front of the camera, see what it's like? And I said, give me a month. We'll see what we do. And if I don't like it or it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I'll be going back to being the supportive sort of moderator, and everyone would have said, oh, well, at least you've tried it. So, we ended up, we're now like 3 years later and I'm still going.
Still going, yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice. So, what sort of bits and pieces do you guys actually do on stream? Do on Twitch even? Like, what's your sort of USP, like, if you know what I mean, to viewers?
USP? Is that another nerded word?
It's just unique selling point.
Oh, thank you.
I knew that one.
Yeah. I think for me it was I first started out and I think you can sort of back me up on this. So your friend that you work with, her other half, he was quite an established YouTuber, wasn't he?
So
the first thing I was sort of doing originally was sort of jumping into other people's streams and stuff.
Yeah, you were doing.
So
Yeah,
the first thing I did on the stream with someone else, was playing DayZ.
So
right early on.
Minecraft and DayZ, or just?
I did Minecraft videos, but actually on stream it was
on stream. Because he tried the Twitch, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
he used to
try
do a bit of
Twitch.
But yeah,
and then
so when I first started on, it was kind of like, oh, let's get community games going. We used to get the kids involved. We used to do Roblox games and Minecraft bits and
remember
pieces.
that chicken game, wasn't it? The Battle Royale one with the chicken.
What was that?
Chicken Royale. I don't know. Realm.
Oh yeah, that's it. So yeah, we did a few. We did a few videos where all of us played together, and I'd record it and put it out on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be like,
we were like as a family, like really happy.
It was all me, Tiny, our son and our daughter all playing. And we Realm Royale. I mean, don't spoil it for us now because we know it was a bot game, but we won a game and we were so excited.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, really, for me, streaming, when I first started streaming, I was very awkward on the camera, didn't know what to do. There was obviously when you're unknown, there's no one really watching, and when someone's sort of there, you're trying to talk to them, keep them there, and I learned to keep talking about what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do next, and that sort of thing.
It's like the 3 viewer thing.
Yeah,
I remember. This is actually going back even further though.
Yeah,
I remember the first time when you tried a mixer. And on the screen, and we would double. What do you call it? Split screen.
Split screen on Call of Duty.
On the Call of Duty, and where's Bobby gone?
Bobby's gone.
He's back again.
Like, what?
Hello. Yeah, sorry, somebody tried ringing me. So.
Oh no!
I thought it was like technical.
You turned the camera off. Sorry,
it's not unheard of having technical difficulties on here. We've changed the platform. We've had technical difficulties on video 1. It can't get worse.
That's one thing that you get used to, isn't it? When
you say pro streamer,
when you're a pro streamer, always press the wrong button or do something different.
Means it just means you're not. It means you're human.
But you're right. We did did a little bit on mix at the start.
Yeah, so sorry, I was saying, you had that, and then you had a viewer come up.
Oh,
you were
the first viewer, someone's watching.
And I was like, no, and he's like, look at it, and it was something like 2 views, wasn't it? So you had your 1, and it had gone up to 2. They didn't last; they weren't there for ages, though. But you were so excited, and I was going, "What? They're watching us playing?" Because obviously we didn't have the cameras, did we? It was only the gameplay they could see at the time.
It would have been, I got a camera later on.
Yeah, and and it was like, why is someone watching us play a computer? Because I wasn't paying much attention to what's going on. But the excitement, and then after that, that's when you were sort of like, maybe people would watch us play games.
Because I started off just with the console, the same as you did originally. So obviously in the Xbox, you can plug in certain USB cameras, and you can add a webcam that way. So that's kind of like how I started. Then I made a PC, didn't I, following a YouTube video?
Yes.
For 200 quid or whatever, the one that Riley's got. Made all that.
Was I not there then? Did I run away?
It's one of that, every time I'm making something,
anything like that, he's on a mission.
Involved,
I leg it.
It's like it's the computer's fault, so I'm shouting at inanimate objects. If anyone's around me, they get shouted at as well. But yeah. But going forward, I mean, you asked about unique selling point. I think the thing is, I never count myself as a big streamer or anything like that. So the main thing is for when you have people coming in, it's viewer interaction. So you just talk to people. When people are asking questions, it's about talking to them. And, I'll be playing a game and I'll just lie down in the game and just chat to the people that are coming in, that sort of thing. And it's kind of like what you've done as well, isn't it?
What? You say my name straight after chatting?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think mine would be the just chatting element, isn't it?
Definitely.
I'm not bad at headshots, though. I'm quite good when I concentrate and I'm paying attention. My headshots, that's what I go for, isn't it? We call them hedgehogs, or we used to call them hedgehogs.
That's the thing I didn't want to admit is Tiny started gaming after me, and then she's already better.
I'm not better, I'm different. I'm just a bit different, that's all. I'm not one of the usual. You're right, I haven't played that much, but I don't I'm definitely not like one of these talented you pick up, but I'm not bad. I like to think I'm like an average person.
Carry yourself, right?
I just can't. Yeah,
I always say
I can
average
hold
at
myself,
best,
isn't
but
it?
you can hold yourself.
So,
Yeah.
Jess's comment is saying just chatting. So
yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean, Jess. Jess can talk she can talk more than I can. Just saying that. Okay.
I would just like to say one thing. War Dog, we weren't late. We were arriving in style.
Yeah, we were fashionably late.
Fashionably, yeah.
Fashionably late. That's a much better way.
It's better to come out right than it is, to come out and go, hang on, we've got to close it up again and everything. So we're just, being professional.
We just went straight for it as well, didn't we? Very professional.
Better late than never, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah, like it's sort of kind of similar to how I sort of started up the Nerdic Pro podcast. I kind of got off lucky because I know several people like involved in the wrestling business, like wrestlers, etc. And then being a fan of it since I was like like yay big sort of thing, and wanted to do a sort of podcast on it. Brought them on to interview them, and it's now expanded to this. Do you know what I mean?
Cool.
And so but yeah, like the sort of like just chatting sort of side of things, like getting to chat with the people listening to bits and pieces. I remember once talking about a WWE pay-per-view that had happened over the weekend, and they randomly got chatting about a film that was on Netflix called High Tea or something, like this dog film, and so who's this? Apology, like if anybody's coming in and if any of us are pronouncing your username wrong, we do apologise in advance.
We can help you out. That Shanti there.
We got
Shanti,
yeah. That's Shanti.
So I know a few wrestlers. A partner of mine does semi-pro wrestling. Oh, nice one. That'll be good.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, but
my brain's trying to work that one out because like pro wrestling is like what you see like wrestling sort of thing, and then amateur wrestling is your proper mat-based wrestling. That's
right.
Olympic sport. Semi-pro, my brain is fried on that one. It's just like trying to work out the balance in between.
Does it just mean you're professional but don't get paid? I don't know.
I thought semi, yeah. Shanti, you might have to clarify that one.
I'm assuming it's a case of like he's pro wrestling, but obviously like a much lower level.
Yeah.
Maybe don't get paid as much.
I'll tell you what, I'll take a week's pay from WWE or something like that. That'll do me.
Innit? So so what sort of games and all that like do you guys sort of do on like a regular sort of basis? Like, do you do anything regularly, and then some stuff that you do like every now and again?
Both of us are partnered with a game called Vigor, so it's Bohemia Interactive. Same people that created DayZ and the Armor series. They started off with a console. It's actually an Xbox exclusive, and got involved in that. Did a few YouTube videos. Applied for the partnership. Well, I looked to apply for partnership, and I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to get this. And I put a tweet out about it, and I think it was the community manager at the time, wrote back to me privately and said, "Are you worried about the followage and everything you need?" And I was kind of like, yeah. And she was just like, well, I suggest that you apply anyway.
I highly suggest.
Yeah, and then with a little winky face or whatever. And because of I was showing some interest in putting some YouTube contents out, it meant that I got partnered, and that was at the November of 2018, at the end of November. Yeah. So that's how long I've been
partnered on the 29th of November.
So I've been with them, got involved with constantly sort of streaming that, getting involved with the community. Got on board with a partnership. Did the free-to-play release, got involved in that, which means I've got my own cosmetic in the game, which is pretty cool as well. Yeah. Nice. So I kind of stay with that regularly. And on top of that, I've sort of used to do like community games over the weekend. Now I kind of added it to Squad Saturday. So try and find a squad game or something that a few of us can play together on a Saturday.
The other day, didn't you? With War Dog.
Yeah, we had War Dog, Kiwi, Jets,
we had
DT.
we were doing Human Full Flat.
Yeah.
So
it's like a sort of like a puzzle game where you're these characters that basically
it's a bit like being drunk.
You're just like a drunk
You're
toddler. You've got
like
to control each arm separately and pick things up and put stuff and climb on things and put cogs together.
It does make you feel a little bit woozy sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you just do that thing. You go, just give me a minute. I'm just gonna stand here because I'm like.
So we've sort of mixed. Done some other shooters and stuff as well.
Hi, Connor.
But so it's sort of like I like the sort of shooter looter idea. Or looter shooter, shall I say? I always get it around.
Yeah,
more recently I've got it around the wrong way.
By the way, I'm a Vigor partner as well. I can't get a word in edgeways.
What games do you play, Tiny?
I'm recently partnered. It's been just over a year ago. I was partnered with Vigor as well, but they've known me. They've literally known me from Dizzy from the beginning anyway, and I've always put loads of ideas forward to them. I know the devs. Not like I don't know them like best friends or anything, but they know of me because I have been literally involved in everything, even the dev streams. Every single time that they did a dev stream, I've been there. Even if I was late, I've always been there. So they all knew who I was from where go. I got a nickname, didn't I? First Lady of Vigor.
That's right.
Because that was before I was streaming because I was so much involved.
That was Hungry Ham Man.
Hungry Ham and Tactical, I think it was that sort of came up with that, and they were. Yeah, so there were major parts of the community. So when I went to start streaming, everyone said you've got to use that title.
That's quite cool.
But yeah, even though I'm not American or anything,
to be given the title,
I was very honoured. But yes.
And the devs still got that tomorrow. You crocheted.
Oh yeah, you. Richie was just asking, have the devs got that tomato you crochet?
Oh yeah, that's. Oh, did you notice? They have a little army of little mini ones each, and they have the big Tommy tomato, which comes onto stream on the dev streams very often, and they use it as like a stress ball. So when they're a little bit nervous and anxious, they can have it. So if you watch them, you'll see that they use it as a sort of basically like a big teddy bear. Yeah,
that's right. Just so everybody else knows, I'm a Vigor player myself. This is how I discovered Dizzy and Tiny. And so like watching the dev streams. In the past myself and everything. I remember one day sitting there, I was like, "There's a crocheted tomato there." I wonder.
Someone did actually say it. They did call. It might have been you. Did you call them out? Did Tiny make that? And they went.
I don't think it was me. I mean,
it could have been
ages ago.
It was a while back.
So if you didn't know, the tomato for Vigor, because partway through the game you get radiation coming through, and your character right at the beginning of every encounter will set a tomato timer, and that's kind of where the
timer,
So they set that timer.
That's why the tomatoes are big.
Yeah,
it's a symbol of the game.
Just so they know how long you've got before the radiation comes in.
Just a quick rundown of the game. It's set in 91. Basically, what happened is the Cold War went hot. There's radiation everywhere. The only safe haven is Norway. Why they picked Norway, I don't know. I thought they picked Czech Republic. They're based in Czech Republic, but whatever reason they chose Norway. And you go into these encounters, you're trying to survive basically and upgrade your shelter and everything. And like Dizzy and Tony just said, you got this little egg timer, and you switch it. It's about 10 minutes. But once that goes off,
8 to 10 minutes. 8 minutes until the plane comes in.
I think it's 8 minutes till the airdrop comes in,
then 10 minutes when
2 minutes after the airdrop.
Yeah, and then drop.
That's it. You've got it. And then it's
not. I've been doing videos on these.
On your map, you've got it will show you where all your exits are and also and then you've got arrows pointing in which direction the radiation is going to come from.
Yeah, the wiggly lines, wiggly lines. That's it. He's trying to get
basically, it's a case of you grab what gear you're after and try and get out. Problem is, there's other people trying to get the same gear that you are, and you can hide up and try and sneak around them. You can wave them, see if they're friendly, or you can, throw 7.62 into their face until they stop being hostile, and then walk away with their stuff. It's
so I told you so,
That's what the beauty about Vigor is. The way you just explained it there is you could play it
however you want
your way.
Exactly.
So you can be
I'm a big looter, aren't I? I do like to headshot people, but that's like you're saying, if they don't do what they're told and they're being naughty and they're trying to nip my loot, I'll shoot them. But yeah, it's like a mini. Would you say like a lot of people mini Tarkov like type of idea?
Yeah. I've referred to a few people because I know a lot of PC players and that, and yeah, I've said it's kind of like a third-person arcadey Tarkov. That's the only thing. Right, that was the simplest way I could put it.
That's it. We've kind of referred to it, like Tiny was saying, as Tarkov Light because it's a lot less complicated in the menus and stuff. I have played.
It's still complicated for a shooter, but it's not as complicated.
There is a learning curve. 100%.
I've seen people play Tarkov, and I've gone.
It's the inventory management.
Like, what they do?
It's amazing.
But then I'm not a PC player, am I? So I need to get better at that.
That's coming up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Airwolf Andy has commented saying Tiny's YouTube videos are really helpful for new players to Vigor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Airwolf. And hi.
Yeah, I've gone on there a few times myself to, sort of like.
Still working on it though, one eye. Still working on it. I've still got more to do.
Everything's a learning curve, though, isn't it? It's
exactly.
Sort of like you think every time they tweak a game, what was one thing is now something else. So
yeah, it's true. You get different
very
variations.
Frustrating, isn't it? I'm going to do a video one day. I'm going to call it the Devs Trolling Tiny. Because I put a video out, they wait until I put it out, and then they go, "Oh, by the way, next season we're going to change that." And I'm like, "Seriously?" But yeah, I'm sure they're just trying to.
Just means you just get another video to come out.
Exactly. But I'm making a list. I've got about 5 things that they've been trolling me on.
So again, I'm probably going to pronounce their name wrong. Shanti.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
They've said I pointed out the tomato out. I pointed the tomato out on the dev streams before.
Yeah.
So going back to the tomato.
That's it.
It's become quite a famous tomato. It's not just this little community that they've helped that they've built together, which I'll talk about in a bit. But it's even people that I've seen like completely unconnected to have pointed out each stream and everything. So
that's quite cool.
So I'm glad you noticed. Thank you.
I mean, first lady of Vigor. That's a great nickname.
That's cool,
Crazy Tomato Lady is possible another one. So
yeah. Yep. Yep.
Different days of the week.
So yeah, just chatting crazy Tiny, something like that. Yep.
So sort of going on to this comment by Airwolf Andy saying about Tiny, your YouTube videos, saying that they're helpful for new players to Vigor. Obviously, quite a few streamers, YouTubers, content creators, etc., do have like a really big sort of following, etc. What's sort of your thoughts on people that and like your sort of praise for people that regularly watch your streams, etc. And like the sort of community that you guys are essentially creating through doing all the streams that you do?
We've been quite lucky, haven't we, of having a supportive community. I think what the thing is about Vigor when it came out is it was kind of a small unknown. It was a unique experience on console, and so because I was in early with partnership and regularly streaming, it meant that the community's sort of grown, and I've grown with the community, if that makes sense.
We say that pillars of the community in that sense, like founders and things.
Yeah,
sort of we've been there from the beginning.
Yeah,
you've been from streaming, me obviously from other sides,
from playing it and getting involved with the community.
Not the thing is that Vigor itself, it's a very weird community, not in a horrible way.
No.
But it's people used to say that Vigor was the best community or the loveliest community, very supportive on Twitch. Now, as it's grown, that title's sort of diminished. I'm not gonna lie, it's not got that title. People don't say that anymore about it, but people used to say about that. It's not that there's lots of people in there that are lovely. Don't get me wrong, but because it's got big, do you know what I mean? Where it's got bigger, you can't reach out to every single people out there. Like there's people when we started with it, when you started with it, I should say, sorry. You know, there was like one person streaming it per day with 3 viewers,
true, yes,
you know, and then it got to 10 people and then 2 people streaming it. And then, so, you know, so we were there when you clicked on a category and there was no one, and then you go live and then people jump on, oh, someone's gone live. Excellent. I'm going to see what's this. So, you know, that it was easier, I suppose, to everybody to know each other. So it's easier to have that title.
Bigger, hasn't it?
Whereas where it's got bigger and bigger and bigger, that title, as I say, people don't say that anymore. But it doesn't mean that it's not there, if that makes sense.
I think I've heard from new players that they still like
a lot of people. Yeah, I like actually some of you guys are remain, but there is a lot of people. There's people that we know on the Discord that are like the Vigor Discord, and that we don't know amazingly personally, but you'll go in there and you'll see some amazing comments and helping each other. When someone comes in, I'm new, what do I do? And people will jump on it and go, right, well, what type of player are you? How do you play? Are you a looter? Are you a shooter? Right, you want to do that? You might want to back off from doing that. And it's everyone's polite about it. Don't get me wrong, you know,
it's always a bad egg or something.
But it's the majority. I'm going to say the majority of the Vigor community are actually a really nice bunch of people. But it's really weird because when you look at the community itself, is actually the game, isn't it? It's actually quite small compared to all these other games out there.
Yeah, it is.
But I think the community has actually they've
shaped the game. That's what you don't realise. The
community are very much a part of the development of Vigor itself. It wouldn't be where it is now. I just don't mean to be rude about it, really. But, you know, Vigor itself probably might not be where it is today if it wasn't for the support of the community.
But then that shows as well that the devs are willing to listen.
They do listen. They still annoy them. But they do. I wish that I could pinpoint and point to everybody all the things that they've put in the game that come from the community. There's actually so much, but you can't do it because it's.
But I think a lot of it is, and especially for me, it's my impatience. Never happens quick enough.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I want new maps all the time, and I want this.
It does take like 2 years for an idea to come about, but it will get there. Things like, you know, the changes that have happened because the community feedback's been there, and then they've got, oh, we'll do something about this, but to do that, we need to take that idea and then the process, isn't it, of game development. Exactly. It doesn't happen overnight. They're a very small team. They're not like when you think of Bohemia, the people that work on DayZ and Armour and all the other ones
they're all different teams.
They're all different teams, but they're also a lot larger. Whereas Vigor's actually a very, very small. They're only in Brno. They're quite small little game, and then we've had COVID in the middle of this, wiped out them for weeks and weeks. Where obviously everyone locked down and stuff like that. All that happened, but they were still trying to do stuff from home.
I've still forgotten that. I mean, this wasn't that long ago, was it? COVID.
No. 4 years ago, which isn't like forever ago.
No.
Right. Andrew Malcolm show commented, it's a massive community. Smiley face. All amazing people in the community and dev team themselves.
Yeah.
So
I was like, who are you? What's going on?
The community you guys have built is absolutely great. You know what I mean? Just like yourself, extremely welcoming, friendly, help anybody out or something else.
How much did you pay him?
Got his paper.
Right? I'm not driving the Ford to work anymore. Right? So.
well, the commission that I got out of it, like to begin with, was pretty hefty.
But no, I mean, I've everybody. I've had a run in with one person once, and it was just and one run in of a massive, but
of a large community,
of a large group. It's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, it's
like we say, you always get a bad egg. If you can't go right, you always get that.
But I mean, you haven't even got to be a. I mean, if I'm hoping that people watching this will come and watch your stuff and everything. You haven't got to be a Vigor player or anything like this because they've said that they do other things. They play other games. Tiny does a crafts and stuff. So it's just a real good group of people. Yeah.
I have to admit, we are lucky, aren't we? In that front,
Yeah.
I think, like you're saying, like you're on a Saturday do Fortnite or you do a completely different game, as even though it has stemmed
It's been
from
built
Vigor,
around Vigor. Yeah,
it's not
people
just
come to
Vigor.
watch.
Yeah, so like
And
we
for
know,
that
I won't
community.
mention any names, but there's people that joined us from Vigor, but they don't play the game anymore. There's quite a few people that don't play the game. So they just come in because they enjoy, if you want it, our style of banter, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
some people like it when we play together as well, because we have a go at each other and stuff as well.
He's very annoying to play with. I'm not going to lie, very annoying. But yes, we quite do it like Christmas, don't we? If we do our stream falls on like Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or something,
yeah, we'll
do a Christmas one, but we'll do it together.
Sit together on camera and play together.
Remember that? Yeah, actually, no one came to watch us do that. That was when we were doing the goose one. And I think TT, you were the only one there, weren't you? I think everyone else was eating their Christmas dinner or whatever, or fell asleep. But the last year, I'm trying to remember what we did last year. Guys, can you remember what we did last year? I can't remember.
We did Overcooked.
Did we overcook the what? Just gone? One just gone?
I think so.
Yeah, we Kiwi? No. Was it just you and me?
Yeah, we just set fire to the kitchen and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
In the game.
Everyone loves it when we do that.
Not in real life, in the game. I need to add that. We didn't set fire to the kitchen.
Yeah.
We set fire to the kitchen in the game.
In the game. So
yeah, see, Gillo's confirming. Oh, look, Shanti said, I found Tiny before I knew who Dizzy was or what Vigor was. There you go, look.
Oh, yeah. So Shanti, you met us through, we were saying about the person, the YouTuber, weren't we? So my friend dates the YouTuber, but I was friends with her way before, and I approved of him, but he had to earn it, didn't he? But yeah, basically through that network of people,
it's so funny,
we knew Tank, didn't we? You met Tank, you've met him in real life as well.
So talking
and Shanti, you know Tank, and that's how Shanti's. Yes, it's sort of like gone through.
Basically, I kind of got involved a little bit with Minecraft. Basically, wasn't it? And that's how
we do play Minecraft, by the way.
That's how we got to know other people.
We've got our own realm and everything, haven't we?
Yeah, thanks to Marty. Yeah.
So that's another community member. He pays for it, and we all jump on.
Yeah,
and
it's good fun.
We've got an online. Yeah, it's sort of for anyone that's, as long as you're sensible.
Because Jess, who's in the chat as well, she was basically playing with on the YouTube videos and creating all the maps and stuff in the background. TT so Jess, the maps as well.
We know Jess through the YouTuber, don't we? And stuff. Yeah. I wouldn't
I think that opened the door for me a little bit because it meant that there was a few people in straight away.
I remember us being on our Cornwall holiday, and you turned around and you were like, "I want to try this. I want to see if I can do it." And now Dizzy's very, very, very well known for, in my eyes, has an idea, it lasts about a month and then it twiddles off, and you end up with loads of boxes of random stuff around the house.
All the different hobbies.
And then it's just like, are you going to do anything with this? And all that type of stuff. Oh, I'm going to sell stuff on eBay. And anyway, so when he turned around, he said, because you'd seen, I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name. Am I allowed to say his name?
It doesn't matter. He's
so
all right.
I call him Fo anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we knew of Fo and knew that content creation,
it was obtainable. It was really
obtainable.
You
could make money from it and you could grow from it. And something, because all I've known about YouTubers and content creation before that was like Dan TDM and Ali A and big names and Ninja and stuff. Yeah. So you look at that, you go,
nice to see something more relatable.
Yeah. So when we met Fo and we sort of and he started talking, I had to leave you guys chatting, but talking about something technical. And then, and you just turned around. I remember in the, when we were in Cornwall, like a little holiday, we had no internet. It was a horrible place. Not Cornwall, but the place where we stayed. And it was
going back to dark ages.
It was like we went out for the day to go and get internet. That's how bad it was. And we were with the kids and you were saying, and we were like, well, what are you going to do? How are you going to start it? And you just sort of thought, I want to try this and I'll see it. And I was like, what did I say? I think I said, I'll give you a year and we'll see where you're at. Or maybe a month, I can't remember, something like that. And and here we are, nearly 6 years later, and
still doing something.
Yeah, we're chatting with you on a podcast. Exactly. Just like what? By the way, that's a podcast. I'm a bit like
Just go with the flow.
So wrong one. Where is it? So Jess, who you guys mentioned a minute ago, has said the online community is an amazing community to be in. Which
We're called the onlines, by the
Yeah.
way, if that makes
Yeah.
sense why she said that. So the onlines.
Yeah, I was going to refer to you as Mr. and Mrs. Online. I
That's
thought, that'd be right. It's just sort of...
We are when we're
We're
logged
officially
in.
married, so you can
Yeah,
say
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
and Mrs.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know.
Mm.
But yeah.
So TT96 has said, I didn't create maps, lol. I didn't really know them for long before finding you.
He did help
Anybody
Flo,
else?
I know he did.
Yeah, you helped Flo, didn't you,
Yellowy
TC?
has
Yeah.
said hi.
Hello, Yellow.
Hi, Yellowy.
That's the other thing I was going to say as well. Jess, GLA, Yellowy. We've kind of met. I've met a few of them in real life. You've met some of them in real life as well, haven't you?
I haven't met GLA yet.
Not yet. No.
I'm so looking forward to that, GLA.
And later this month, meeting with Shanti.
That's true. We're meeting
Oh,
Shanti, yeah.
She's coming over
In a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You're coming over here, aren't you? And Shanti doesn't live in the UK. I won't say where she does live. But yeah, she's coming over to the UK, so we're going to see her.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've met people at Insomnia.
Yeah, we went to Games
You've met
Festival.
GLA in real life near to him with the War Dog.
Spent a lot of time with Wood and Kiwi as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we've met War Dog and Kiwi. We've had barbecues and stuff. Our kids absolutely love them.
Yeah, they do.
They're like big kids, so it's brilliant. But yeah, there's looking for Insomnia is coming up in the gaming festival at Birmingham.
It's Birmingham NEC.
Yeah.
NEC,
They
but we're
do
going
2 a year, don't they?
it's September, isn't it? Beginning of September, and we're already booked a place, like as in a accommodation.
We've got accommodation, but the tickets
Yeah.
haven't been released
Tickets.
yet.
So we're hoping it's still going to go ahead.
Imagine if it's a different weekend.
But yeah.
Let's not say that.
But we've got Jess, we've got her mum come in. There's loads there. There's quite a few people actually coming along, actually.
And you meet new people as well.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, like we met Yellowy last year. But
Dan,
and that was through Dan,
the
wasn't
thing
it?
as well.
And Thingaling, yeah.
Yeah.
So his name's The Thing, by the way. My nickname for him.
You used to call him Thingaling, wasn't it?
Yeah, he kept changing his name. What's the thong?
Oh, it's the thong for a bit, wasn't it? Yeah.
The thong.
The thong, yeah.
Yeah, somebody joking about his name, so it changed from Thingaling to the thong, and then
Yeah.
he's kind of changed to the thing. But you know that happens.
Nice. So TT96 has said, I helped Foe, but that was for another YouTube, correct?
Content,
I don't
I
know.
think, or
I know he did do. I know he did
So
get involved.
TT, just so you know, so TT96 is our mod,
Yeah.
and he's like my best friend. I mean, he's like the loveliest person ever, and he's very kind, and he will help out anybody.
He does, yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's
but he's
been
not
he's
accused of
been
me
there
of
since the
hacking
beginning.
or hitting me or
Hey,
anything
that's
like
true.
that.
Yeah, he says he's very nice, and then
So-
earlier on he was talking about punching off. He didn't punch off
He
Richie's
was
beard.
bragging
gonna
about
put your beard
assaulting
off,
me
you
the
know.
other day, right?
But that means he likes you, Richie.
Right.
That means he likes you.
That's true.
So Shanti has said, please don't forget about me. It's going to take me like 10 hours of traveling to get
Yeah.
over to see you guys.
forget me.
No, we won't do. We won't do. Sweetheart. You're on the calendar.
Yeah, I
you
did
know?
notice the other day
On the calendar.
that you're on the calendar,
Yeah.
Shanti. So don't,
So yeah,
don't worry.
you're all right. And I know that you will be like, oi, thank you. So, yeah.
So the Andrew Malcolm show has said, Yellowy and me last month during
yes.
my MMA match,
He did,
charity
he did.
match.
Oh,
did.
yes.
He did mixed
yes.
martial arts for charity, and Yellowy went up all dressed up in a dress and everything, and she was filming this fight, and she was like, "Go GLA!"
Yeah, no GLA. And it's like anyone, you would be like, what? That's a weird name. But yeah, it stands for the Great Lord Andrew,
Great Lord
doesn't
Andrew,
it?
yeah.
That was his name, but he used to
Yeah.
have it logged. So we simplified it, didn't we, to
Yeah.
GLA? And then
Yeah.
he sort of went, oh, I like that.
He's kept
So-
it.
So Yellowy has said, yep, we met you guys through Mr. Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
Don?
Yeah.
Dan, Mr. Dan Bridges, wasn't it?
DTB, yeah.
DTB, and then
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah.
He used to. He
yeah,
was a bigger
yeah,
partner for a
yeah.
bit. Do you remember him? Yeah.
He was streaming on
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
Streaming on Facebook.
That's
That's
it.
Yeah, me and him had a few chats on the Vigor streams a couple of times. So,
Oh, nice.
and we had a little chat where I've hopped on to watch his stream and stuff like that
Right.
here and there.
He was the only Facebook gamer person I ever watched. I'm not a big Facebook fan, am I? A bit shy of it. And he was the one that I went, right, I've got to find it. I made my own little page so that I could watch him.
That's it. Yeah.
So... Sorry, go on. Sorry.
So again, Andrew Malcolm has said it timed me out last night on Discord because I was being a troll.
Oh yeah, TT can be the biggest troll. We call him the super mod, but he's a GLA likes to push buttons that way.
It's just a bit of fun between the two.
It's not just banter; it is properly just banter. So
again, TT96 has said, "You enjoyed it, Richie." Laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji. Andrew Malcolm again. So Andrew Malcolm has again said doing it in Nov.
Yeah, he's doing another MMA charity fight in November. Yeah.
Did he go for the November one? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to do lots of training, aren't you?
Good on you, mate. Honestly,
awesome.
So again, Andrew Malcolm, pushing buttons is fun. Can't blame me there. Lol.
So biggest troll, you say?
Yeah.
So in terms of all these events that you guys attend, like the one that you've got coming up in Birmingham, would you guys if it was ever offered to you guys by the event organizers to actually be a guest at these events?
I think we're size-wise where we are, we can get the opportunity to apply for creator passes, can't we?
We can for Insomnia, can't we?
Yeah.
But we both wouldn't do it. It sounds, it would be like probably you, because at the end of the day, you're actually the content creator of the house. I just actually dabble along. Okay, I do loads of stuff.
All I do is dabble. To be fair, you do more than me.
Yeah, but that's because I'm more motivated. I just get on with it. But you,
I think
you're the one that you want to.
I want to do stuff, but
you want to be a full-time content creator.
I think publicly,
but
it'd be out of my comfort zone.
You're very much out of it. So.
Very anxious.
I'm trying to show I can do it. He can do it. Okay? But I always think going forward is that you're the one that's going to be the like if you want to put it, big time famous person. If anyone's going to do it, you're going to do it. It's just I'm just pushing you along. That's all. Yeah. So your company along the way.
It'd be nice to be asked, definitely, but I don't know whether. I mean, I think something like that is nicer for me. I get more comfort from being in a group of people rather than being on my own. So obviously when we go to these events and that sort of stuff, we can sort of meet up and go around together or split up and do that sort of thing. So if it was like a group of people, maybe, but maybe not so much on my own sort of thing. But it's nice. I mean, we last year when we went over, I spoke to the indie developer for Duck Race. So on a Saturday, we have another like in-stream game where people can enter the race.
You do.
And I actually managed to speak to the creator of the game, and we had a chat with him, didn't he? And I got the game and joined the Discord.
I was a bit forceful with you. I was like, go and talk to him. Go and get a picture taken with him. Have a chat and a conversation. I'm very pushy like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I don't do that, you get too shy, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
We on our own, we're both a bit like it. On our own, we're very anxious, but for each other, we're very good at being supportive towards each other. So if I'm anxious, you'll be there supporting me, being go and talk to so and so. Whereas, as I say, the other way round. So I could be like your PA. Is that what they call that, personal assistant?
Personal assistant.
Yeah, I could do that. So
did you want to?
TT has just said that you need Disney needs to stop holding himself back. He's his own worst enemy.
He is.
That's the thing. I come up with an idea.
He's got everything, guys. So I'm not joking. He's planned everything. Loads of ideas.
I have a book with all my video ideas and stuff.
The problem is him. It's a confidence.
And what I do is I write them off before I've even made them. That's the trouble. Sometimes for me, it's just enough to write it down than it is to actually put the content out. And I need to stop.
I'm not joking. If Riley was, so our son was, if he came down, he could be like, so have you put a video out yet?
He always says that, doesn't he? The last one, the last one's a year ago.
You're very like, I want to say OCD. I don't know if that's the right phrase for it, but like when you go to put a video out.
I'm my own worst critic.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
You will do it a really good thing and not quite finish it, but at that point, because it's not quite finished, you just throw it away, literally throw it away. Whereas the rest of us will go, we'll put it out anyway.
And I won't.
And you just think, well, if you spent the last 2 weeks doing it and annoying us and saying I'm recording and I'm, because he's in the lounge. So, and you just go, just get on with it. But at the end of the day, when you say, like I say to you, is like, I can give you all the ideas, I can give you suggestions, I can give you support. But at the end of the day, he needs to be the one that makes that step and does it. He's just got to get on with it. I don't know. I've given up basically. Yeah.
Just piggybacking on what Bobby said a minute ago about like if you were to be invited to as a guest like Insomnia or like if Bohemia were you said about if that was like you on your task, you'd be basically no. But if say Bohemia had a stall, an event,
We've tried to get them to have a stall there. Go on.
If they if they had we're gonna get Daisy creators, we're gonna get Armor creators, and we're gonna get Vigor creators, have like a panel up, of like 8 people on each thing and that. Would you be interested in that sort of thing? Because obviously, you are.
Yeah. I think so.
Because you'd have me, because you'd be Vigor.
Yeah.
You know everything about Vigor.
Yeah.
I'm Vigor partner, you're a Vigor partner. You're like one of the oldest ones because you're so old. And then, sorry.
Longest serving.
Longest serving, but yeah, you'd be, that would be fine because he would have that comfort because it wouldn't be people coming up to him as, like coming up to you, oh, you're Dizzy. It's coming up, oh, so what's this about this game? And so you'd be fine talking about the game.
Yeah.
Because it's not about you. You have your... Like, you know, like you take the mickey about you being a terrible shot and things like that. He's not actually a terrible shot.
I'm never that bad, really. Yeah.
You're not the other way. He's very, there's a word for it. What's the word, love? I can't think of the word. Where you don't like.
I play everything down.
Yeah, You sort of make out that you're not actually that good when you're perfectly fine. But he will, he doesn't, you don't like to make out, oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
I never say I'm the best at anything.
You don't come across confident with your abilities. Even though you're actually perfectly fine. And we know that because War Dog used to play with you all the time. And War Dog doesn't play with anybody, So we all know this. So, sorry.
That's fair.
Vigor aside, right?
Yeah.
Sort of going to take a couple of steps back.
No worries.
What originally got you two into video games then?
I was never into video games.
For me, my earliest memory is my dad either having an NES or Sega Mega Drive. Which one was first? I can't remember, but those two are like the first things I remember from games.
That's so funny. Yeah. First time I played on an NES was my uncle, so my dad's youngest brother. He's 16 years older than me, so he always had the cool gadgets and stuff when I was growing up. So I remember playing on his NES. I think like playing Duck Hunt and stuff like that with the Zapper gun. That it was so sort of user friendly. Like they sort of emulated that later on with the Wii and stuff. But to do that, playing Mario Brothers, I think my uncle was really into skiing, and I remember playing this game called Ski or Die. It was more like sort of
that was what it's called,
Ski or Die. So, and it was basically snowboarding, skiing, that sort of thing. It was really good fun, and I think. Later on, I remember being given. So my dad bought the NES off my uncle, and that was my first console. And where is that NES now?
Upstairs in Riley's room.
Yeah, my son's got it.
With my TV that I had for my 16th
got a CRT TV, the NES.
Yeah,
he's got a copy of Super Mario 3 up there.
But our son definitely takes after you, doesn't he?
Yeah,
with the old stuff.
He likes retro. He likes retro, but he's so much better than it than I ever was as well. So yeah. And you said about Mega Drive as well. So it's NES first, and the first console I think I bought, and I think I bought a Mega Drive when it was really old fashioned.
Mega Drive, Sega.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did a Master System first, but I bought a Mega Drive. I remember buying a second-hand one. I think as Sega Saturn and the PlayStation came out, so I was always a generation behind. So I had an NES when Super Nintendo came out. I had a Mega Drive when the Sega Saturn or whatever came out, so I was always behind because it was obviously cheaper.
Yeah.
Have you had all the PlayStations and stuff?
I think I bought a PlayStation when I was in my first job, and I was working.
We've got loads. We've got loads of these things everywhere. Well, saying
I've got them in there.
You've got a little collection.
Original Xbox, PlayStation.
You've got
2,
the gun for the NES thing as well, haven't you?
Yeah,
sure, I've seen that somewhere.
Got GameCube, got PS3,
Game Boy.
Yeah, I got Game Boy Color.
I remember the Game Boy because I used to go around to my friend's house to sleep over.
Was that the first thing you would have played?
And that was I also, when we got the PC thingy bobby, I was playing the Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
And I used to play chess. I love chess. But you don't play chess against me, so
I can't play. I
haven't played it.
I never learned.
But yeah, Prince of Persia, there's the card one, was it Solitaire, and the Minesweeper. All that's how old my PC was back in the day. That was like my first experience of computer gaming. And then it wasn't until I maybe 18, 19 when like the boyfriend would have, not you obviously, but have like the PlayStation or something.
It would have been the PlayStation. You were talking to me. Final Fantasy, yeah.
The hatred
you
for
hate Final Fantasy.
I can't stand just the name of it, because that was more important than me. Let's put it that way. Not obviously with you, but yeah. So I hate it for that, because I had to make dinner while the person was doing Final Fantasy. I'm trying to finish this round, but yeah. So and then my only maybe getting the Wii, maybe that was my
did play on the Wii. That was quite good with the kids and stuff.
Properly my first ever console properly for me only.
Yeah.
Was what we were saying? It was the Xbox One S. I used to call it Slim, but he told me off. It's wrong. It's an S.
That's the console that I currently have, and
so we still have.
I still got it. It's in my wardrobe. Not allowed to look. But yeah, there's I've got the Xbox, because do you remember when we were looking at getting the new Xboxes, right?
So we looked at current
Series
generation.
X came out with the S and everything.
Series S as well.
And he turned around to me and he went, "Well, I want to have the X." So we had this whole chat, and I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "Do you want to have the S then?" And I went,
I want the X too.
I was like, no, if you're having that, I want to have it. I don't want to be second. I want to have it too. So yeah, I remember us having that big heated discussion. It wasn't properly heated. It was just funny because I turned around and went,
joking at each
I sort of went, hang on a minute, what?
Like I was saying,
why don't I get to have the best one?
She's better at gaming than me anyway.
TT's asked a good question. He goes, "Where do you see yourselves in a year's time?" He also stated, "Don't say a dad joke and say in." Okay,
yeah. Look, do you know, before we answer the question,
on me as dad jokes, you see.
Before we answer the question, we've got a new kitten, right? And she climbed up on the shelf the other day. I think she's already had enough of my dad jokes, because I have dad joke books on the shelf, right?
Tried them on the floor,
and she just threw them all on the floor.
I was tempted to put them in the bin.
So even the cat doesn't like it.
Get rid of those.
In a year's time, do you know what? So what I actually want to do with my YouTube is, because I've been learning how to do things on Twitch, and it's one of the things I sort of try to do. I don't always do it as focused as I should do, but try to have it almost like a production. So I get frustrated with myself if I make a mistake, press the wrong button, that sort of thing. If I have double game sound and a mic that's not working properly, I get frustrated with it. So I want to put YouTube videos out to help other people learn little things to add to their stream, because obviously when you first started streaming, I sort of helped with overlays and that sort of thing. So I like doing that sort of stuff, because
your YouTube going forward is how I suppose how I picture your YouTube going forward is like Dizzy saying, when I started, so yeah, it's 3 years ago. You know, it's been 3 years.
3 years, I haven't done anything.
So, but I'm not a nerd. Married to a nerd, love nerdiness.
You're a nerd in your own way.
But I'm nerd with the artistic stuff, aren't I?
Yeah.
That's what we say, isn't it? But I'm not when it comes to computer stuff and everything like that. But there was something that you said, wasn't it? Especially when I started streaming, which was the concept of, to be a good streamer, you don't have to be a top nerd person for all the technical stuff. You shouldn't have to be amazing with computers and stuff like that to be, a top streamer. Or just
some of the big streamers aren't. So, and that's what you got to remember.
No, they've got like backup,
personality, isn't it?
So yeah, so that's where we were. So I was thinking, so when you were trying to teach me, it's quite scary. But when he was trying to teach me that sort of concept of how you do things and how you go from, because I just had my laptop, didn't I? And I had my drawer. I pulled my drawer out and I had it balanced on my.
That was where you saw your
trouser drawer, by the way, not my knicker drawer. Okay. And then you had my screen behind it, but that and I had my mouse. I remember the little mouse. I nicked it off Friday.
Yeah, that
the
little car
mouse, which was like Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi.
It was wireless, yeah.
On a book, balanced in my drawer.
Yeah,
and that was how I started streaming.
Yeah.
And then, obviously we went on to getting a PC, changing my whole setup.
Really
I've got a desk, I've got cameras, I've got, all that type of stuff. So, but that's all because of you. Because I've gone, this is what I want to do.
And I say, how do I do it?
And then you're like, right, so you need a PC that does this, that, and the other, or you need a what's the facey that does. So he does all the nerdy stuff, and I just nod and agree. So
but I mean, going back to
that, you helped Jess, you've helped GLA.
But that's where I want to be in a year's time, is to sort of have that information out there.
So we were saying you could use me. This was 3 years ago. Use me as a what's the word? Inspiration for what videos going for. That's it.
Exactly.
But right, my wife tried to do this. She didn't know how to do it. She didn't know anything about mix it up. But how do you get mix it up or attached to OBS and things like that? And I was saying, you just do it. I always say for dummies, don't I? Do it for dummies, because just because you want to stream something doesn't mean that you have to be high tech, this, that, and the other. So that's what I was saying. But this is where I'm trying to get in. It's taken 3 years for me trying to motivate. I've given up.
So maybe I'll actually put a video out, TT. What about yourself, though, Tiny? A year's time?
I'll still probably be crocheting, playing computer games, Overwatch, and I've got lots of other things going on, haven't I?
Yeah.
The content creation and the YouTube, and it's my way of escaping real life to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's an escape, isn't it? From day to day.
So I don't know where I'm going to be. I like to think I'm still going to be here and doing some awesome content, and things like that. I like to think that. But as I say, it's I don't know, because you just don't know. A lot can happen in a year.
Yeah, you kind of just go with the flow, though, don't you? So you take the opportunities that are given to you as you go along.
Exactly.
It's like one of the things we haven't talked about, but Vigor is coming to PC. So one of the things we're going to be looking at is getting involved. And we're both console gamers, so we're used to playing with.
I'm petrified.
So we're actually going to have a go at playing some PC games.
This is where you do realise I'm going to be absolutely awesome at playing Vigor on PC. I'm going to be top time.
I was hoping it was going to be this, the solution to my potato aim, but I don't think it's going to happen like that.
I don't know. You've got a cool mouse. Mine's a bit boring, but yeah.
So Andrew Malcolm has once again commented, saying Dizzy and Tiny are two of the most supportive people in the whole of the community, same as Wardog and so forth. All help when they can, all help when they can, if someone is stuck with something. So,
we're trying.
You are two of the most supportive people in the communities.
He's going to say that, though. We paid him loads of money.
Like when I wanted to start streaming, I spoke to Dizzy. I said, "Look, you got any advice?" And he gave me a load of advice and everything. And I mean, I ain't done much in the last year, but it straight away. I was like, "Yeah, mate, go for it. Blah blah blah. Try this. Try this.
Try it.
Need anything else? Give me a shout. And clearly, I'm not the only person he's done that to.
You didn't ask me though. I would have said that too.
well, she would have said that, but it would have led with "Ask Dizzy."
Yeah, probably. If you want any technical help, ask Dizzy. That's what I'm always like. But I was streaming, doing content creation. I sort of would recommend everybody does it. And the reason why I say that, it's actually quite weird, because you try it. So it's streaming obviously is different to the YouTube. It depends how you want to go forth. Because obviously YouTube is, you can have live content, but you can edit it. You can do what you want with it. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of, if you do it really well, you can do lots of edits to it. Whereas streaming, you go live, you do your 3 hours, and then you stop.
It's quite exhausting though, isn't it?
But you do have, you're sorting out your alerts in the background, you're making sure you're trying to put new stuff out, you're as you say, you're exhausted because you're being happy, sort of type of thing.
You're like a
happy for 3 hours.
I always say I'm a slightly exaggerated version of myself.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody has a character they play. They have a character they are.
It's your outside character.
Yeah, I have a character I am with my workmates. I have a character I am with my mates. I have a character I am with my family.
He's absolutely miserable at home. No, I'm joking.
I can be. But I think I play an exaggerated version, and that's why I typically only stream for 3 hours, because afterwards I'm just like crash. It's just gone.
It's because you're bubbly. It's still your personality, but what you're doing is like you said, like when you go down the pub right? And you know when you go down the pub and you see your mate and you're like, oh yeah, how are you? Let's go and play some pool. Let's do this and the other. And you're hyped. You're sort of hyped and everything.
It's exciting.
And so you know, you don't want to be that miserable one because no one wants to come over and talk to you. So you put on that sort of. You know, you might have had an absolute poo day, but you're gonna not really show that.
As well,
so so come on, let's go and play some pool. Let's go and do this, that, and that's what I do when I go down the pub. Anyway, I haven't done that before. But yeah, you know, and then you've got that sort of. So you're saying this is exaggerated. I don't know. It's not necessarily in a negative way because you're not. Yes, you don't walk around the house after streaming being that high.
I don't shout with little megaphones stream race.
Actually, you do. You're an absolute. When you and Riley are messing around, it can be very, very irritating. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you're putting on you. It is definitely yourself. It's your personality, but you're putting on that whole. The reason why people come into your stream is if you're sitting there bored and not looking like you're enjoying yourself, people aren't going to stay.
No, it rubs off on people definitely.
Yeah, you sort of definitely. I think everybody does that, don't they?
I think so.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry.
I just read what DT says, like shooting people in the rear.
Yeah, I had seen that, and it's totally true. Dizzy's very well known for that. I mean, I go for the headshots. Dizzy.
I'll wait till they run past him in the back.
And then shoots them in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
It's a hit, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying that, TT. All right, I know this doesn't have to be PG, but I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
I keep saying it wrong, don't I, love?
That's so funny when she says it as well.
It's
obviously,
not funny.
Obviously, you can't read it out the way it would say, but PC like is what it should be. Really,
yeah, but I don't think that. I just think the nest.
This
I
one?
always say the nest.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That is it.
Filth, hey? Filth.
I know, exactly. She says it. The thing is, this is the other thing, right?
It's the PC. Is that their fault?
I think one of the things that comes across. So
I say PG.
When I was first sort of dating, is that what you say now? Going out with you, however it works. It was the
courting.
It was the courting. That's it. Courting. Yeah.
What?
Courting. Yeah. That's it.
No, you didn't do that.
But yeah, it was quite funny that
I was dating an army guy at the time, guys.
It was the naivety and not getting jokes and stuff. And obviously, I'm terrible with dad jokes and that sort of thing. And she'll say innuendos, and she's not doing it on purpose.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah, like you'll play up on it but she says it, and then she's like, "Oh."
There you go. That can be interpreted in a different way. It's an innocence
that comes across wrong.
Yeah, your dad jokes they just go over my head, really, don't they? I get them. I just don't think they're funny.
Kigo says the same. They're not funny. He's right.
But then you'll get one or two, and you'll make me pee myself laughing. And I just think that it's good that you can still make me laugh on occasion.
Most of them are like
you just laugh at me, so it doesn't quite work. I'm terrible with jokes.
It's Kiwi left.
Tiny being naughty again.
Yeah, it happened. She does it without meaning to sometimes. You heard that, by the way.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes she does know.
Sometimes I'm fully aware of what I'm saying, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't know I said that. I'm not as thick as two planks, guys. I just make out I am, all right? Makes life easier. Makes this
yeah. TT96 has said kiwi wee 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 wee.
Will now.
So
yeah, we know Kiwi. Kiwi's War Dog's other half, by the way. We do know who Kiwi is.
Kiwi, yeah.
So, better in real life.
So with obviously multiple people listening to this have said that they've taken really big inspiration from you guys. Was this ever something that you guys were expecting was going to happen? That so many people within the space of like a 5-year period were going to be so inspired to do like their own bits and pieces through you guys? Or
I don't think you necessarily appreciate an influence because you're just being yourself. You're just doing something.
I think though with
it's
Foe,
nice.
You knew that from Foe that people that being a content creator could be a thing.
Yes.
But I think seeing so many people at the same time try it and if you want to say fail, It's not
It's a hard
something
thing to keep doing.
It is very hard. It's very exhausting, and it's not an easy thing. It's not like you just, as I say, turn people just go, oh, people watch you play computer games. That sounds well easy. And you're like, it's not like that at all. But being in it, you've always said it, haven't you? You wanted to be an influencer.
Yeah, I suppose that's what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't necessarily like the word. It's
a bit of a weird word, but at the same time, you're sort of trying to say that, and that's why you wanted to always keep the PG element, isn't it? Because of the influence. So you thought, if I'm going to influence, because we had children, obviously the children were
we had the children watching as well.
Young children. Well, they're not really young.
Not anymore, no. That's because we're old.
We're getting old. But yeah, I think because you've had that, haven't you? The influence. Being an influencer for you has been like you never wanted, you didn't say, you just sort of wanted to see where it would take you. And I was thinking, let's see what happens in a year, because as I say, not that you failed at things, love. It wasn't that.
It's that you lose the drive sometimes.
Yes. I remember I had that conversation with you. Was it you? I'm sure it was with you. But I turned around and said, I was actually really proud that you'd gone this far.
Carry up, still doing it, yeah.
That you were still going, because of obviously all the years that I've known, and you just given up with things so quickly, that you were still going with it, and you were still wanting the drive and everything. So what you had, you still have that little bit of what you had back then. You still want to be a content creator, and you don't quite know which path you're taking, but know that the end goal,
crossroad, isn't it? Yeah,
you're like, you see all these like Harris Heller and I can't think off the top of my head that person that has the beanie hat. but but you often show it, be like, look,
the stream scheme guy.
Maybe.
Scheme, yeah.
But you've got it's just like you look at them and you think, I want to be like that. I want people to turn onto my videos or look at my streams. And
I've told you about this. So one of the reasons why I don't have the confidence to do it is because I'm still learning myself. I'm not a big
You
creator,
don't see yourself
so
as a big time
I don't see myself as a
time
professional to go, this is how you should do
it. Because you feel that people are going to turn around. This is the confidence that you're scared that people are going to turn around to you and go, well, who do you think you are? And you don't want that confrontation, do you? As such?
Yeah, exactly.
You're one of these that you can have 10 people saying you're amazing,
but
and the one person that says something, who do you think you are? And you'll be like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore.
And that's the trouble in it, because when you're doing anything, so when you're streaming or when you're putting out videos, you're putting yourself out there for the world to see. And I don't necessarily like the criticism. And that's very hard to take,
That's quite a good thing about what you said, like, because quite a relatable thing for a lot of people is like you can do 10 things, 9 of them bang on perfect, absolutely fine, and then you get one slight thing, whether it's something you've done wrong or something that someone has said to you or whatever, and completely knock you.
Exactly.
Or but I mean, the GLA and Bad One have said the same things again about how you guys have really helped with doing our own streams and all this and the other, right? Yet someone will pop up and go, I don't like his content. And then that's the one that will sit in your head all weekend.
That's the trouble.
Yeah.
I think,
and you do, don't you? Turn around and go, did you see that person?
Someone's disliked this or this has happened or whatever, and it does.
I feel it though, because if I get any comment on the YouTube, even though I'm not in the same mind as you about content, being a big time content creator one day and all this stuff, if I get something negative, it can.
You play on it.
It messes with your mental health. That's why I always say to people, do you only put negative comments if you really have to do something like that, because you can really affect people, and I'm quite big on that, aren't I? I talk a lot about that. So
do you know what, Wardog's just said that he was retired until today. Actually played some vigor.
He saw that.
I
saw it.
Pointed at it.
He went, tiny look.
I was on Discord, Richie, waiting for your message from you.
Yep.
And I saw Wardog playing
bigger. We were like, oh my goodness, face. So were you helping Wardog?
I was like, he's back streaming.
Yeah. No,
he's not streaming.
Retired from bigger.
But actually played something. I was like, okay, I'll calm down.
You got excited then. You had a.
That's cool. Again, Wardog's someone else who helped me when I started.
Definitely.
But it's again, it was playing the same game as you guys were and everything. It was just like, right, okay, how can I present something? Without trying to be you guys, just try and use it as like a couple of like
inspiration. Yeah, exactly.
And then mold it into my own thing.
Yeah.
So Andrew Malcolm has said, yes, Dizzy is a good role model to a lot of people, inspiring them, encouraging them, supporting them in the streaming and content creation side of stuff, being the guy behind the technical side.
Yeah. He's a big nerd, isn't he?
Because I break things a lot.
Big nerd.
Can't afford to pay someone else to fix things. I have to learn myself.
That's I would say that's one thing that I think, you know, like your GLAs, the mad ones, even Rich, I don't know, is the you don't you get some people, they go for the most expensive item, make sure you get the most expensive camera and get this and get that and the mic and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you're like,
be realistic.
You're like, yeah, no, hang on. Well, let's check out what you actually need to achieve.
Yeah.
What's your budget? What you're gonna? I mean, you don't do it for everyone. You'll be, particular with certain people. But like with mine, you were like, right, well, you love the research. You're like the research guy.
I like a Google search.
You can't
watch a YouTube video. Google search.
Oh my goodness! Just take your phone away sometimes, don't I? Well, not literally, but
I think Google
I can't say anything.
It either creates an argument or settles an argument, right? So like,
especially when I'm right. I'm not always right, guys, but in that feeling when he's like la 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 la, la and then you're right. Yes.
Oh yeah,
So,
I do admit it though.
Yeah, we're both quite good on that. So. But yes.
So TT96 has said, "You're always going to get them sorts of people, though regardless they are just jealous, etc. Because
anonymity of the internet, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're always going to get these sorts of what are they called, like trolls about you. Do you know what I mean? Who regularly
come back. We do trolls here, but not that type of troll. Right.
Yeah. So people that regularly, like the same people regularly coming back to your content saying that your content's crap, like you're rubbish and all that, and like you shouldn't be doing it. And it's like it's these people that are continuously, like in their mind, wasting their time watching content that they don't like. Why bother wasting your time?
I never thought about it like that.
You don't like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's weird.
They've just wasted 10 minutes of their time watching your video and then turn around and gone, "That's rubbish."
Mindset, isn't it?
You've just watched my video.
I never thought about it like that.
I mean, I've gone in the streams where I've been like, "Nah, it's not for me," and I took the time to do this thing where I just went, "Leave."
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
I mean, like, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea.
No, we can't all be, can we?
That particular time that I clicked on that video wasn't my thing, so I just
move on.
And look for something else.
Yeah,
something
exactly. Like especially if it's like your first sort of time actually seeing like you guys specifically. It may just be that one video, like that one game you're playing, that might not be that person's cup of tea. But obviously, you guys do like a whole sort of range of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So they might not be interested in the bigger stuff, but they might be interested in the Fortnite stuff. Do you know what I mean? Or do you know what I mean?
And I think that's what you do find as well. So I know, especially yourself, when you've done different content, like when you've done your crocheting and stuff like that, you've brought people in, and then they've watched other members of the community because they found you, but then they've liked up watching other people. So they've come through from you doing something.
So while I've been crocheting, so someone comes through to see me, and then they might go and check out
and I think
Jess or something playing Overwatch because I've given her a shout out or something. And then the next thing you know, they're like always in Jess's stream or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Richie as well, isn't it? He's come through from the streams, and then he's been joining Kigo on Hell Let Loose and things like that. So it does sort of work, and it reaches.
It's like that person yesterday that turned around and I laughed at them, and they said they didn't know who you were in the Discord.
And
I said, joking, "Hang on, are you being serious?" And they were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh,
who is this?
Don't know who this is because in my head, everybody knows you
But that's what Shanti said to you first.
And Shanti was saying, she did
you
say,
could be
I actually
creator in your own right.
Yeah, she said, I found
yeah.
there are some people. We've had a discussion, haven't we, about even though our community, the online community, is amazing, everything. There are people that will watch me that won't necessarily watch you, and then I'll raid into you. And there's people in there that haven't been. They know who I am. They just more Dizzy's cup of tea, and people that like me, but they're not like disrespectful. We're not just disrespectful to each other type of thing.
No.
But it's just you can tell that someone will prefer like Dizzy's content rather than say mine, for example. So I just liked where TT said trolls don't last long in your own. No, don't with TT in there.
Oh, there you go. Shanti said that she went from Tiny to Dizzy and then to Mab on what, so that shows you.
So and then we got like the self-promotional section in the Discord, don't we? And we talk about who we try our best to because everybody's like Kigo does something completely different. Jess does. She doesn't even do Vigor anymore, does she? She does.
Yeah, but
we play the PUBG with her. We play that with her. We're all part of a clan now. We've sorted that out, haven't we? But yeah, War Dog obviously doesn't stream anymore. But War Dog used to do community games.
Yeah, and we play games with him as still. Anyway.
I sort of took that on, didn't I? After War Dog stopped.
Yeah.
I said I think we were all missing the community games, so I made my Mondays the community games. So it's. Community is a big thing for us, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I always say we wouldn't be anywhere without our community.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's not just like because I'm on quite a few Discords, and it just seems to be a bunch of like-minded people. And
that's cool.
That's it. Whereas, like, it's gonna sound a bit corny. It's more like a family, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's like everyone gets on with everybody. Everyone tries to support each other, and also, I mean, it's like it's a proper little community. It's not just a bunch of people who all play the same game.
It's nice. It's nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Original Sins commented. He put,
thank you, Sin. I just see that. Thank you, mate.
He put, hi all. Just want to say real quick, Dizzy runs one of the most well-polished Vigor streams in our category. His professionalism and production has always been an inspiration to me and my stream.
Thank you, mate.
He then says, and when I first started, Dizzy came in with a big raid, which really helped me a lot. I've never forgotten.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I have to have a well-polished stream because I can't play the game very well.
The polished bit, love, I'm going to say it's TT and me, We're the moderators. We've been keeping an eye on your chat and making sure everyone behaves.
I thought they meant all the professionalism and all the funny.
Your stupid little things.
Where do they come from?
Where did your logo come from, love?
You and Ella did that.
Ella's idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, my daughter.
I just tweaked it.
Yeah.
But their Percy thing, lots of things. But that's the thing, it's evolution.
It grows with the community, right? That's the thing, is a lot of people, a lot of things that you have are other people's influence. So like exclamation mark rave that I have in my stream.
Yeah, that's Kiwi's fault.
That's because Kiwi kept trying to join the race and her phone would auto correct it to rave. So I just created a rave.
You got a little rave with the little Kiwis, like the New Zealand birds.
That's it.
Doing the Kiwi dance and stuff. Yeah. So and now at the moment you've got the quack. So
GLA every stream,
because on the Saturday
he's even done quack in this.
Yeah,
I saw earlier.
He's trying to get it to work, and it's not going to work today. But I have said I think you need to change the duck race to one of the other streams because
I don't
Saturdays
Saturdays have been a bit broken more recently in the sense that we've not had the time to do.
We've got a new kitten and everything. We've had to banish her today because she.
We've got to out the room.
She loves the camera.
Oh, she'll be climbing up the cables as well.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all part of the development, isn't it? So
there you go. Look.
Kiwi's even said that you even went to a birthday and where Warlock proposed to her.
We had no idea that was going on either.
That was
mad.
They're not married yet, though. Not yet. But yes.
Yeah. I mean,
so obviously, it was birthday ended up with an engagement. We were like, what?
Yeah.
Two
birthdays. Like, hang on a minute. What's going on here?
It's all done in one go. One travel. Right?
Yeah, he didn't even mention it, did he? It just all happened. And we're like, oh. We were right there as well, weren't we?
Yeah, I know. And I remember it was like Riley was like, he was talking about New Zealand, and he said, "Where's old Zealand?" And it was like all on like camera, and I like, shut up. It's like, yeah, but yeah, so
done it again.
So, aside from obviously gaming, and It's probably more a Dizzy question than you, Tony. But what other nerd aspects do you guys enjoy?
I think the thing is with it's sort of been an evolution of messing about with things. So my dad's dad, so my granddad's always into gadgets and buying stuff. So hence the reason Tiny said about different hobbies and things like that I've picked up and put down. I've always liked tinkering with things, taking things apart, doing that. Like I say, so I like making computers, fixing issues, that sort of stuff.
You always have a go. If something breaks, even if it's a washing machine.
Oh yeah.
You can't just do that whole throw it away.
I'll have a go at fixing it first.
You have to
It's broken anyway, isn't it? Right. Might as well have a go.
Yeah, and you'll investigate this, that, and the other, and you will always try. I'm not like that. I just like
so I like what look like say looking up stuff that you were saying and working that out.
You love research.
Yeah.
If YouTube wasn't about love, what would you do?
I used to read.
Okay, it's not what I meant.
But
I meant like the idea of being able to.
Films is the other one.
Yeah. Very nerdy. Back to the Future.
I'm stuck in
Goonies.
Stuck in the 80s. I think with my films.
Retro all the way, love. Are you making? Do you guys do this Christmas time? What is your Christmas films? What is the so-called Christmas films? What means Christmas?
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Every year we've got to watch Die Hard. It's not Christmas without
Christmas.
That's one film that I've
Christmas
never
Eve, I watch
watched. Die Hard.
Really? You've not watched
You've not watched
Never
it?
once seen
no.
it. I'm more of a
Hans Gruber falls off the
exactly.
tower.
It's not Christmas until he falls off the tower.
I'm more of a Home Alone sort of person. And,
Home Alone. You like Home Alone?
Yeah.
Home Alone and Elf. They're two of our
brilliant, actually, aren't they? I mean, we've watched a few different ones, don't we? I mean, I do say we have to watch Die Hard, but we watch others.
You've got to put the Snowman on.
Snowman, yeah. Father Christmas. See, look, Kiwi says nope, not Die Hard. Yeah, I know.
I don't like it, Kiwi. I mean, I like the film, but I don't like it every year. You know.
Hey,
how do we kick someone out of a chat?
You're
gonna get a moderator.
I can delete the comment, but I don't think.
But you see, I'm gonna say Kiwi at the moment is really into her Fast and Furious.
You know what though? I can understand that. I remember the watching the first film at the cinema, the first Fast and Furious. It was the right time for me, and I came out of the cinema buzzing after watching that first film. So I do get it. I do get why people get into something.
I hope you didn't get into a car after that.
I wasn't driving at the time.
Oh, that's fine. That's right.
Dizzy, you're probably going to shoot me for saying this, but again, I've never seen any of the Fast and Furious films either.
I thought you said he was a nerd. I mean, what?
That's what Richie was just saying. Though.
Always write a passage.
Yeah, what other aspects though? Yeah, what other aspects of nerds? So that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
people will be really into certain film series and stuff. Like you and the kids really enjoy Harry Potter and that sort of thing. I like it, but I'm not really into it.
I enjoy Harry Potter. I like the Hunger Games. I do like theories. I like things like, but I'm very fun. I like the Twilights, and I know, but I'm a vampire girl, all right.
She was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, our son's called Riley because of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah,
so, you know,
character in Buffy.
She dated someone called Riley Flynn. And I love the name Riley, and I went, oh, and then
he stuck.
I turned around to you one day, obviously when we were pregnant.
I think it's great.
And I said, what about the name Riley? And you were like, I didn't tell him where I got it from.
Oh, I really liked it.
But yeah, he went, actually, quite like that. It was either Riley or Max, wasn't it? And we went for Riley.
Errol Fandy's asked, our Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Your Star Trek.
Yep.
But my first, when I moved out of home, my housemate was, you know, like I was just saying about the Fast and Furious being the right age. Star Wars came out for him at the perfect age for him. So I got into Star Wars because of him. Even the
I understand it because I got into Star Trek because of my boyfriend at the time and his flatmates and my flatmates.
A lot of what
we just sat and watched it.
Yeah,
all
a
the
lot
time.
of what I'm into is
inspired. What other stuff we did. You know?
Oh my gosh, inspired by other people.
It was like, you know. But yeah, Star Trek. I like Voyager though. I was a Voyager. I wasn't into the. I didn't mind the Enterprise, and I like Deep Space. No, not Deep. No, the one with the main one where they all converge. Is it Deep Space Nine? No,
the one with the big space station.
Yeah, and then all the aliens come into that, and then you get the stories of them in the space.
Deep Space Nine,
that's it. So yeah, they were my sort of favourites.
see, for me, Star Trek, like, I remember it was like I can't remember which way round it was, but it was like a Tuesday and Wednesday night. We sit down eating tea, and one would be on one night, one would be on the other, and then they started having DS9 on, and then it was like Voyager on Sundays.
That's it,
And
DS.
then,
That's why
exactly.
it sounded
Mum and
wrong.
Dad,
But
they got Sky and everything, and then like, if it wasn't Star Trek on, if it wasn't a Star Trek on, regardless of whether it was the
there was
original,
lots of it, wasn't there?
Yeah,
It was everywhere.
Voyager, Enterprise, whatever. If there wasn't a Star Trek on, it was Stargate. And if it wasn't Stargate,
Stargate was brilliant.
Oh, I love that.
Superb.
I don't remember enough all about it, but
sorry,
I grew up with my old man watching Babylon 5.
Babylon 5 as well, yeah.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Watching the original Battlestar Galactica series.
Yeah.
Right. Which the I say remake, the 2005 one was awesome as well. I
think is it Netflix or Prime
Space Above and Beyond.
Haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, sort of, that was one that was kind of like a bit here. Well, it wasn't here or there. It was great all the way through, but it's just whether people knew about it or not.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, I mean, I grew up in a. Well, I was going to say a sci-fi household. I mean, my dad liked it. Yeah, my mum very much didn't. Yeah,
I think for me it was the dad. My dad, controlling what was on the TV in the evening. I remember that.
I think mine was more once I'd moved out.
My dad even watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I remember watching that.
Did he?
Yeah.
It used to be on Thursday nights.
Yeah, I did it. I can't remember. We Googled this recently, didn't we? What day was it on?
And then it went to Sky, and I was absolutely good. So I had to finish watching. I think it was series 9 or 6 or something. No, 6. And I had to wait until we got all the videos, and then I caught up on it because we went to.
Yeah, we got them.
Yeah. So.
Then there's me who grew up in a football household, and
that's it. I didn't have that.
Yeah,
it wasn't really sport or anything like that.
No, we weren't sporty at all. No sports. So, is there a sort of sporty, nerdy side of things?
There's sort of can be, like
how much detail you want to go into, like the analytics of everything. I'm sure Bobby's sort of similar to me, where it's like, right, okay, so all right, okay, what game is it? It's X, right? What's the lineups? Blah, right? Okay, well, I mean, he's been crap the last couple of games. He's been on fire, and that's about as much as you really pay attention to. But then someone will say, like, well, in the last 10 games, this guy's gone blah 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 blah, and they can give you like a 20-minute presentation of each member of the start lineup, and with almost every available stat.
Yeah. Does that be like Football Manager, that computer game? Football Manager's a bit like that, isn't it? Where you have all those type of stats and information to determine.
Whether you read it or not is another matter. But yeah, it's just.
So I don't know much about football.
Kigo plays that.
Does he? Football Manager.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Kigo, don't ever stream it now because
he said he never would, but he enjoys playing it.
I think because I don't know what's going on. So.
But yeah, like with like the wrestling side of things, like you can, like it's like in wrestling, like it's known as like fantasy booking, and all that, like certain storylines, certain feuds, bits and pieces. Like who's gonna win this match, who's gonna win that. Like me and Richie, start of last month between 2 podcasts, literally spent what was it, like 6 hours between 2 podcasts. Talking about WrestleMania or something with it, and
we did because basically when there's a pay-per-view or PLE, as they call them now, come up, we'll sit there and we'll do our predictions, what we think of, what's going to happen, who's going to, and then a lot of the time we end up on a tangent of like we'll pick storyline X, and then it'll be like, well, I think so and so's going to win this because. And then we'll sort of chat we'll like plan like 6 months in advance of what we think's going to happen. But purely relies on the fact that like has WWE gone, this is the way we're going to do it, and then we've expanded from that. When we did the WrestleMania pod, that was 3 and 3.75 hours, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, because we did one the night before that, didn't we? Like we did the actual WrestleMania predictions pod, and then we did one like the night before, which was like another like 2.5 hours.
That was just genuinely chat and wrestling, wasn't it, that one.
Yeah, but like we'd then we'd speak about like one wrestler, and then we'd obviously talk about like the next sort of 6 months, or we do stuff in like reverse chronological order of the past like 25 years of that person's career. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Next thing you know, like the podcast lasted 2.5 hours. Do you know what I mean?
We can that much of a tangent that we'll be talking about match X, and then we're talking about a rivalry of two completely different guys in two completely different companies, right? That never
on the other side of the world,
right? And then it's like. Yeah, and then so you take that sort of like 10 seconds to think, how the hell did I end up over here? And like, you have not missed a single step. Everything has been connected.
Fantastic.
So it's not like randomly like we're talking wrestling now, and then randomly I'm talking about football like that. It's somehow progressed perfectly. The conversation swayed perfectly like that.
It makes sense when you go back.
Yeah.
The thing was when you said about that the WrestleMania pod, because that was 2 days, two nights worth of prediction. We were actually quite reserved on everything. We tried to keep every time against the tangent. We pulled the reins and went back to what we were talking about. Yeah, in any other circumstance, we'd have spent another hour talking about each thing.
Yeah, I think the good thing with that WrestleMania predictions, though, Richie, is that when we actually finished recording that, I then turned the like when we were then doing like the closing things, Rhea Ripley was then making her entrance in the first match. And, so like the first match of this pay-per-view like was then starting just as we were then finishing the podcast. So it worked out perfectly.
Excellent.
See what Errol found? It just sounds like a tiny screen.
What, going up on a tangent? Don't know what you mean.
That's a tiny stream.
I was trying to work this one out. So Wolfie says, Tiny, best films in Star Trek. I didn't really watch many of the films. Original cast is The Wrath of Khan. That sounds really familiar.
Wrath of Khan was good.
And then Next Gen was First Contact.
First Contact.
Agreed. I don't know. I'm trying to Next
Wrath
Gen
of Khan was great.
I think that sounds very, very familiar, but I haven't. Wolfie, I'm not going to lie. I haven't watched Star Trek for years. I need to get back onto it. Really, I need to catch up because I showed it. It's one of those that I'd watch when no one else is around. You know,
it's like a guilty pleasure for yourself. Though.
If you guys have Paramount,
I just went like late at night. Oh, that sounds even worse. But say I had to stay up, like with the Scrappy thing on stuff.
Oh yeah.
You sort of have it on in the background and watch and stuff. But no one else is interested in it, so I don't.
I would watch it.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
No, you wouldn't. You talk all the way through it. My back. Don't pay attention. Do you think? Oh, right. That's it. I'm going to get films. Maybe get some films.
What Tiny and I will do is we'll look for a series to watch, and then we'll start from the beginning and watch it all the way through.
So we don't watch much telly.
No.
We're not big telly fans, are we? We're
much
very much gamers in that.
So we turn the computers off in the evening.
Before
we go to bed, we'll have an unwind on front of the TV.
Tea.
Yeah.
We sit and we watch one episode of something,
and then we go to bed
on our series, or whatever. And then so we choose our series. So we've had lots of different series.
Yeah, we watched.
So Sherlock Holmes thingy. What was that? Elementary. We love that.
We even went back and watched X-Files from the beginning.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
And then we got to the newest one and went now and watching that.
Rubbish.
We're watching The Mentalist at the moment.
Yeah, enjoying The Mentalist.
Really enjoying that.
But that's very similar to The Elementary, isn't it?
That sort of idea.
But we've watched what other things? There was something else that we got really hooked up on.
There was loads. Trouble is, I can see the actors, but I can't remember the titles. I can't remember.
Well, we tell everyone when we do it. Yeah. We make the point of rather because like Wardock and Kiwi, right? You guys, you can't disagree with this, right? You do the same thing with the series, but you then sit and watch like a whole load in one go and be like, oh, sorry, you've just watched 5 episodes. But we won't do any more than 2. If we're having a very naughty night, we'll watch 2. But
that's
like
normally
on a Saturday night or something.
A treat on the weekend if we can lie in the next
we make
day.
A point because we are very, very good at going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, aren't we?
Otherwise, yeah, it gets
same.
Yeah,
we're very
funny,
night owls.
Night owls
Don't like
rather
getting
than
up in the morning.
That's it.
But yeah,
I'm more 4 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, beat that. So yeah,
I think we could probably do that.
Rich is like,
like a couple of things that that I seem to binge watch quite a lot are Sons of Anarchy and Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad I've seen, but Sons of
on
Anarchy
Netflix.
I've not watched, but I am aware of what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen Green Street, the football hooligan film,
The football hooligans film, yeah.
yeah,
Charlie Hunnam.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
You know
like
what? I knew I
like the
recognised him
actual,
from
like-
somewhere. I didn't realise that was him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't twig. Different. It just
Yeah.
looks different. It's the hair, isn't it? And yeah.
Yeah, because in Sons of Anarchy, like he's got the long hair, whereas in Green Street, he's like.
Now you
got
said
short
that.
hair.
That's the first time I've made that connection.
Yeah, because I'd originally known of him through Sons of Anarchy, and I actually thought that he was American. And it weren't until I'd known of Green Street, and I thought, I know him from somewhere.
Yeah.
I know him from somewhere. So I then Googled
just
Green
said
Street.
it.
Google it, haven't you? You've
And
got to
I-
Google
Or
it.
Cockney accent though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, I didn't till you said that. Then I couldn't see it, and now I can. I got it all in my head. And it's like, what?
He's in,
We have
Pacific Rim
conversations,
as
and I'll be
well,
like,
isn't he?
that's from something, and you'll Google it, and you're, oh yeah.
Yeah, there is
Some-
that.
Different hairs, different shape, just sometimes because obviously actors do change shape, don't they? As well, you know,
Yeah.
they can have a skinny moment and a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah.
larger moments and stuff. So,
Just coming out at cinema, you got it's not a Mad Max film as it is spin-off, isn't it? Or like
I heard there was a new Mad Max film coming. Is it?
I think that's what Kiwi was talking about, wasn't it? I think.
Kiwi, have you seen that?
That's got Chris Hemsworth in it.
Oh
But when
yeah.
you look at him, it don't look like Chris Hemsworth.
Oh really?
What's he been in? Come on, guys. I don't know who you are about. I'm terrible with names.
Don't know who Chris Hemsworth is.
Come on, you need to give me a what's he been in?
Home and
Thor.
Away, or was it Neighbours?
I'm not the only person that knew he was in Home and Away.
Was he in Home and Away? Okay, but
Yeah,
loads of people were in Home and Away.
Yeah.
What else was he in? Go on,
He said Thor.
Thor.
Was
Was that? So the Hunger Games bloke's brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I've got it. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's three of them.
I
You got
will literally
Chris,
be back in 2
Liam,
minutes.
and
No worries.
Bear
No
with
worries. Sorry,
I can't
Bobby,
remember the third one's right name.
Tiny Thor is Chris Hemsworth. There you go. GLA's answer
See,
for
thank
you.
you. See, GLA's on my line. You know, he gets it. And by the way, yes, he was the military guy. You are right. He was the very,
Riley
very,
and Buffy was
very
the
nice
military guy.
looking. Yeah, I would have him. Type of one. Yeah. Sorry. What?
Well, there you go. I didn't know this. No, I
Well,
do.
you did. He's lovely. He's not been in many films since though. Or
You're not talking about Chris
No.
Hemsworth here, are you?
No. I'm talking about the Riley character.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Mac Black or something. Mark Black. Oh, just something like that.
But
Oh,
it's
God.
funny, like you say, talking about actors not looking the same. There is a lot of things we go, oh, isn't that person from so and so? And I'd be like, no, they were in this one.
Do you
or-
remember the other day in Mentalist? There was the brother of the main character. She is from E.T.
Yeah,
You were like, oh, it's the kid from E.T. And
yeah,
of
the kid
course,
from
I was
ET.
thinking
Yeah,
of-
was
I was
grown
thinking
up.
of the girl
Yeah,
because she's more Drew Barrymore. No,
yeah.
you know that
Yeah,
young.
yeah, it's Drew Barrymore.
So
yeah.
I always think of that. But yeah, when I was like, oh my goodness, it is as
Yeah,
well.
it was the lad,
So,
the lad from Dizzy's Upgrade. You know, being replaced with the actor that played Riley and Buffy.
It was too. He's a bit too. You can tell he does lots of working out, and I don't like that.
I do.
You've been out. You've been in the garden. That's
Caught the
enough.
stun. That's all I've done.
Spike and Buffy is.
Is he in Hawaii 5-0? I didn't realise, by the way, going off tangent completely, that Spike was as old. The actor is as old as he was.
Hey,
The person that played Spike was older than
Oh.
lots of the other members of the cast.
yeah, it's a bit weird because he bleaches his hair. It makes him look like a
Vampire.
a young un. So yeah, it's really a vampire, realistically. But is that what you're saying? I know people. It's like Angel in Buffy, and it's some Bones and so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do
Yeah,
have a
spin-offs.
group. There is certain productions where they copy it over to.
You get spin-offs. don't you?
Angel agents and stuff, and they have the same things where the same sort of. So
Definitely.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Guy who played Angel, he's in SEAL Team as well, isn't he? He's,
Is he?
Yeah,
I
he's,
can't think of his name off the top of my head, but yeah.
David something, isn't it?
David
squad
something,
leader.
yeah.
Yeah, speaking of ages,
Go check. Sorry,
Speaking
Nerdic.
of ages, it was David Attenborough's 98th.
Can you believe
Yeah,
it?
98. They were talking about it yesterday.
He's
wasn't
still
it?
working as well.
And
Yeah.
he's still working.
Crazy.
He's and like they said he's like a national treasure.
National treasure, yeah.
And I
he
agree
is.
with that.
I
amazing,
wouldn't say he's a national treasure. I'd say he's an international treasure because
That's true.
everyone
Yeah,
around the world
that's
loves
fair.
him as well.
Mm.
You know?
That's fair.
Yeah, but he's our one. Remember?
Yeah.
Our one.
It belongs to
He
you.
belongs to us. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, one of my favourite Xbox Live moments was doing an Attenborough impression. It's on the original Xbox. Was playing Project
Right.
Gotham 2.
Oh yeah.
Are we allowed to preview now?
And,
Premiere?
we
Preview?
used to play this. We used to play games inside the game, so we'd play things
Yep.
like cat and mouse. So what happens? Everybody plays a slow car. You all race
Yep.
round. Whoever finishes last goes a fast car. Well, they're not
Gotcha.
racing. Their job is to smash whoever is in front.
Gotcha.
Right. And then as the races go
I
on,
like it.
Sounds pretty aggressive.
more whoever finishes last becomes another one. So until you
Yeah.
get down
Yeah.
to 2, then you have then the last 2 left. Nürburgring, 1 lap round. Whoever survives wins. Right. We were playing on this. They Stockholm street circuit.
Yeah.
I'm going around on there. I look behind me and someone's got a Koenigsegg CC and they're flying at me. And I'm coming up to a corner and I couldn't do the impression now. But all I said in Attenborough's voice was, the corner, the Koenigsegg's natural enemy. Right? Whole room burst out laughing. I mean, I did see the Koenigsegg explode off the side of the wall as well, which made it quite funny as well. But yeah, so that's one of my favourite Xbox Live moments. But
It's the perfect timing of it, isn't it? And it's the fact that it appealed to everybody's humour as you did it.
Timing is everything, isn't it?
It's knowing your audience and timing. That's the two things.
It's like when people say you have to be there. Sometimes it is.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
it's only funny.
In
It's only funny in that instance because everyone was like tuned in to that moment. It's brilliant.
exactly.
it's one of the things where like now we've got the record on the consoles or anything. It's like I wish I had that 17 years.
Yeah, you could just go
Yeah.
back, relive it.
And I feel really old when I said I wish I had that 17 years ago.
I glossed over that
feels like
bit.
a recent console.
I was 2 years old 17 years ago, Richie. So,
Guess which
So,
fingers
yeah.
on
Probably
right
in there. I'm not saying how old I was.
Oh, I had to work it out then.
Was it?
Very quickly, I just did.
So yeah, Andrew Malcolm, Tiny said Andrew just sitting there, just confused on what was just said.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens, you know, Gillo. You can get confused and not know what's going on. I don't mean just smile and wave.
Smile away.
Smile away.
Funny.
Just put the phone on charge. Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I do that as well.
I hate
So,
Andrew.
The beauties of sitting in front of the computer.
see,
I'm
with
used
my
to
computer-
doing. I've got a different setup though.
I
I'm used
know.
to doing that, so this is very foreign to me.
Yeah, you got nowhere.
You've got it all there, whereas mine's there.
It's
You know,
yeah, mine's
it's
all in
wrapped
front.
round me.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and I feel like I'm sinking.
I think that's just me.
Is it?
I'm growing.
I don't want to. I don't. If I pull that handle, I'm going to sink.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it just disappear off
Handle.
camera.
It's like, yeah.
It'd be gone. Mine's like an ejector seat. It
You
goes
just
the other
need to
way.
pop the top
Does
of
it?
this.
Yeah. Hello.
Never happened before. It did actually, the old chair, didn't it? It just slowly but surely just sunk. That's
I
when we just
always
went, "No,
thought
it's gone."
at some point I'm going to have a chair that breaks on stream. That's going to happen at some point.
TT's still waiting. You know
I
that.
I've
He's waiting to click
I
it.
go
That's
through gaming chairs
point as well.
quite quickly, and I reckon one is going to break on stream at one point, and they just see feet in the air.
That's going to be mid-fight. You're one of the best fights you've ever had on Vigor in your life. Right?
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
tipped off.
Yep.
And it's like you've got a long-range fight going on with one person, a couple of CQB ones, 1 or 2 mid-range ones, and that's going to happen just as another
Feet
guy
in the
turns
air.
up with a shotgun.
You know it. That's because that's what. Yeah, it's just going to happen. Always the bad luck, isn't it? Fully loaded.
So
So
just be thankful they can't put dragon breath and slugs on there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I want slugs. I'd be happy with dragon's breath, but I want slugs on that game.
What's Dragon's Breath?
Richie, can you explain?
Type of shotgun round. It basically shoots flames.
So you have
Shoot flames. That sounds cool.
So yeah. So you
I'll
see
find a video and I'll post it in the Discord in a bit.
Okay.
you have sort of equivalents in Call of Duty and stuff, don't you?
Yeah,
So you have incendiary rounds.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
But
they're not
obviously slugs
overly
is solid
great.
rather
They
than
look cool when you're mag dumping them.
I bet they do actually.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually know it was a real thing that you could see a video of though. But yeah, so you have shot for shotguns and you have slugs where it's one solid bit.
Shotgun rounds are quite versatile because your normal rounds are like buckshot, which you would named after you would go after deer with them sort of thing. Bird shot, unsurprisingly, you go after lions with them.
Go after lions with them.
No, they're for like birds and rodents.
Oh,
she took you literally again. See?
I've got to remember when I do that sometimes, right?
I'm the most gullible person in the world.
Then you get like slugs, right? Which instead of having
loads a little bit
load and basically a load of BBs, it's just one solid
big thing.
piece of lead. Not the most accurate, but when it hits, it hits. Dragon's Breath, like I said, that I don't know what the stuff inside it is.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
That's one I have to look
I
up.
bet it's got gunpowder in it.
Yeah, basically shoots flames. You also get flechette rounds as well. They're cool because they basically shoot darts out.
What did you call them?
Flechette or flechette. I butcher that word.
I'll let you say it. I'm not even gonna,
full of something.
Full of something. Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Darts. Basically,
I didn't know there was dart ones as well. That's mad.
They are actually, you can use them to shoot targets. I believe you're allowed to. I believe you're allowed to use them for home defense. You can use them for hunting, but they are considered a war crime.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, you can't use those rounds in war. They are considered a war crime.
So I know there's like a shooting place down the road, isn't there?
Yeah.
But we're a bit different to the US, aren't we?
Yeah.
We sometimes have conversations.
That'll all be birdshot for clay shooting.
It will be. It will be.
Even then, they'll only be 22s because that's small caliber. So
small ones, yeah.
He's showing his nerdy side with all his weapons stuff.
Richie knows.
Right.
He recognises tanks.
Okay, all right. I'm going to say something right now. I've been holding this in for 2 weeks. Okay, so the other Thursday, you and I were on Kigo's stream. Yeah.
Yes.
Second game that I was in. We're playing the Americans. We're running up a hill. I said, "Careful, boys. There's German machine guns up there."
You did say that, yeah. And then Marty said about the sound of them and stuff. I remember this.
You went, okay. Kigo went, how the fluff do you know what German machine guns sound like? All right. And I'm like, right. That really annoyed the hell out of me. Now, not that Kigo said it, right? Because
no, it's just like, but I know.
It's just that games now have ruined that. So, when you play Call of Duty, if you're playing as a Spetsnaz character, you can run around with an M4. Well, a Spetsnaz character would use some sort of AK. You can play as a Delta Force, Navy SEAL, SAS, whatever.
Just
run around with AKs. Well, they would use an AR platform normally, right? And all that sort of thing, right? Is this? I remember watching this World War II because, again, there's something else I grew up watching World War II documentaries. And it was one to do with, which I'm pretty certain it was paratroopers to do with the night before D-Day.
Yeah.
Because like this is my tism coming out now, so hold on tight.
Carry on, I'm gonna have a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a lot of people, you think D-Day, you see the beach landings. A lot of people don't know that 2:00 in the morning there were paratroopers jumping in behind those lines to fight back through the beaches. But a lot of soldiers lost their weapons. So they had to make do by the guys that had weapons killing Germans and picking their weapons.
Oh, they took their weapons. Okay.
And there was this particular, I can't remember if they were British or American. I can't remember. They had a load of German weapons, and they happened to have things like MG42s, MG34s, all that sort of thing. And they worked out that if it was good enough for the Germans to use on them, it was good enough for them to use back on the Germans.
Gotcha, yeah.
Right. So, and they knew this group of allies were coming down this particular thing, so they supported from the flank.
Yeah.
Problem was, German machine guns still sound like German machine guns. It doesn't sound like the bloke holding it. It still sounds like that.
Yeah.
So once they
like
started
their
taking
weapon,
a bit of fire from their allies, they decided to bin the guns off.
Gotcha.
Oh.
The thing is, when you play a game like Hell Let Loose, it's not a game like Call of Duty where you go, right, I'm playing as an American. I'm going to use MP40 or something like that. When you're playing Germans, you have German guns. When you're playing as the Russians, you have Russian guns. So, So when you're playing as the Americans versus Germans, when you hear machine gun fire up there, it does kind of help to know that they're very fast. They're definitely German, sort of thing. Like I said, that is the same way, right? Like I said, the fact that Kingo doesn't annoy me, right? But the fact that it was said, my brain's going.
You can't say that. You did. I did notice though that you got backed up by Marty in the chat. He did have your back on that one. So you did have a like-minded person backing you up.
It's weird though, because I mean, like, without trying to keep going into a full-blown tangent. When you place like that, German machine guns fire incredibly fast. Yeah. Burn through barrels, but you ain't got to worry about barrel replacement on there. That's fine. You can just you know you've used too much when you've got to start reloading. I'm gonna stop there.
So TT96 has said, been holding it in for 2 weeks. You definitely need to see a doctor to get some laxatives, Richie.
Yeah.
like I expected a nice comment from TT.
Keeps us grounded.
So, Dizzy, Tiny, what sort of bits and pieces have you guys got coming up then in terms of streams and like events, etc.? Like, what can the listeners and viewers of this podcast expect to see from you within like the near future?
I think the biggest thing we got coming up really is Vigor coming to PC, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going to be giving that a go.
We could talk about that.
The other thing though is I have applied for some different creator partnerships or creator programs.
We've gone on to this Lurkit thing, haven't we?
Yeah.
And in doing so, you've got a little bit more like getting your fingers out, aren't you?
Before that, I joined the Ubisoft creator program.
Yep.
And I want to, X Defiant's coming out later this month, so I'm going to hopefully do some stuff for X Defiant by the Ubisoft creator program. Also, got accepted for and I haven't said about it. It's exclusive for the podcast, but I've been picked up. So I joined with Deep Silver, the people that create the Dead Island 2 and things like that. So
yeah,
going to be looking at some of their titles and doing that. And the other thing is there's a game that I've seen Marty play a few times called Scum, which again is a PC sort of. I think you're convicts on an island.
I like the idea of you playing with Scum, love.
Yeah. But I've been given a PC key to try that out as well. So I've got some different sort of things.
You're getting quite excited about
what I'm trying to do is just branch out, not stay too defined, just branch out and try a few more things.
There's the excitement about PC, the PC element of Vigor, because Vigor's always been a console thing.
Yeah.
This was Bohemia. It was the only game that was console only.
Yeah.
So for Bohemia to give the whole go ahead with going to PC was a big thing for the devs. The tiny little team that have sort of given the whole go ahead, let's do the PC element, is a big thing. So we're going to ride that. We're going to see how that goes. I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous.
Yeah, it's going to be because it's a new, it's unfamiliar territory.
You're going to get loads of PC streamers that are going to come in and it sounds weird, but loads of everyone else knows who we are. Whereas this is going to be
a new community,
a whole new community
in the community, an established community. It's going to be different.
It's quite scary.
Yeah,
but yeah, mine.
What about yourself?
I've got some giveaways coming up, but I don't want to say too much yet.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, giveaways coming up.
So yeah, I've got some exciting stuff coming, but I can't say what it is yet.
And one thing that I'll say for you, Tyler, as well, you've been working on your Community Monday stuff. So you've been going through like different games to try and get more people.
Yeah,
to jump
we've
in
just
at different
started with the
times.
Overwatch, and we've
So
just
Overwatch 2, you
sussed
did
out
1
the-
week, haven't you, of custom games?
But that was sussing out how to do custom games. We've now worked out it's really easy, and that loads of
it's really
people,
good.
and because it's a free game as well. No, Overwatch 2 is the free game. Obviously, I started on the Overwatch.
Originally Overwatch, wasn't it?
But yeah, we're just trying to get us people to come in and get involved in that. But what we do with the community games is, well, what I say it's me, really.
It's Tiny, yeah.
But yeah, you know, the concept
join.
is I like to do a few weeks, you know, like probably a good 6 or so,
Okay, let's see how it goes,
like Mondays of doing those particular games. Like when we did Fall Guys, it was probably about 6, and then Fortnite custom games where we did about 6, and then, you know what I mean, it's trying to sometimes we stick a PUBG in there, which isn't a proper community game because it's us as a
limited,
team,
isn't it? But it's something that people can get involved in the hype
and then other people, you know, we don't have to have the same people in all the time in the team, but I normally do like to, because I'm PG, well, we're PG, but it means that when we get people into our teams or into our games, we have to have known what they're like. That's the only thing I think that holds us back a lot, is because, you know, you look at Joe blogs out there,
they don't always know, and they can't. It's quite
often, come and join in.
It's human to swear, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're asking someone
we can't do that. We have to be very careful. So some people, I'll jump in on the team, and you go, well, are you PG? I haven't experienced that yet.
Can you be PG? And some people
can, and some people can't.
Sometimes I mean, to be
Shantle's
fair,
terrible. She's absolutely awful.
I think it's funny though, isn't it? Because
she says you have to mute me if I come in.
I've had Tiny on my games.
I swear all the time.
And then she'll swear on my stream, and I'll be like, "Have everybody to do it." She will do it.
Yeah. I don't mean to. By the way,
just in a party with you guys after stream before. So.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, GLA said that he showed custom games to you, and then he also says in certain games he'll stay muted.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But yeah, it's I think for me, I like crocheting. I get moments where I try to do certain things and make certain things.
Yeah.
So where mine's complicated though, isn't it? Richie, how do I say this very quickly about the pantry? How would you explain the pantry in a few words? It's tough, right?
The pantry.
She has a bunch of voodoo dolls that represent everybody that she keeps on a table.
I never thought of it as voodoo dolls. That's brilliant.
No.
It's all right till the kitten gets older. One, then the people might start feeling it. I never thought.
Wow, Iris' tree has gone.
I know.
But to be honest, it's meant to be a desert tree, so it shouldn't really have leaves on anyway, right?
Nah.
But yeah, so that makes things. I can make.
Honestly, nearly everybody has some sort of figurine that, whether Tiny.
Well, you've got a figurine. Yours is a little like dinosaur thing, isn't it?
Dragon store.
Most of it's meant to be toy food. You're just awkward. So.
And,
you let them choose.
Yeah, so people come in. She puts them on in the pantry on display of who's on and everything, or who's been in and stuff. And those. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Do you know what the thing is as well? And if someone misbehaves, they get put on the naughty step.
Oh, yeah,
I
go
know
on the
that
naughty step.
well.
Oh, that's just if you're irritating. I'll put you on the naughty step. I'm like, stop it. Star likes a naughty step at the moment, though. She keeps knocking it off.
Yeah, it's because I keep making her grab it.
But yeah, so it can be upgraded and things like that. But yeah, it's really hard to try and explain that quickly. But of course, where I say, isn't it, is if you go over a year of subbing to the channel, you can choose to have a crocheted item, and then we design it, we make it on stream. So, and I've made things, on stream, haven't I, and given it away as well, and done things like that. Like I did 12-hour last September. Yeah. Made a couple of bags, didn't I? Yeah. A new design of the bag and tried.
Was that the one that you made some spiders? And
no, I think that was my birthday last year. I did a crocheted one, didn't I? Yeah. And I made a bumblebee and a spider.
Yeah, that's
I made Bramble. Jess has got Bramble. DJ Spencer, who is another bigger partner, has got the spider.
There was a load of it trying to convince you that the jumping spiders are cute as hell.
Oh yeah, because they do those little.
Kept sending me pictures on the Discord.
Tiny's not.
I hate spiders.
She's not a spider fan at all.
It's like the Lego, even the Lego ones.
Really?
I'd love to have one, but I reckon that if it got out, my cat would eat it. If the dog.
That's true.
Yellowy has a spider, doesn't she? She's got a Templar.
Does she? I remember she talked about it.
Sure, it's yellowy. Hasn't it, guys?
We'll be corrected if we share.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've seen a film of when bugs get too big and what needs to happen. I mean, like,
Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
What's that
Richie,
one?
you put out a post
Johnny
on
Rico
Facebook the
from
other day
Starship Troopers.
Is
of
it?
this. Yeah,
What's that?
Richie, you put out a video on Facebook a couple of days ago with this
yeah,
like tarantula, like this blue-coloured like tarantula looking thing with like a load
I'm
of
not
like
a massive
cockroaches.
Probably not going to
fan of
look at
spiders
that.
myself.
Yeah.
But that was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was
So-
a really
so
pretty
while they
tarantula.
commented,
Right? It was,
so while they commented,
Tony's not-
being
yeah,
like,
you wanna be checking it
like
out.
something like, oh yeah, like now that I've seen that exists, I'll now pack up my bags and leave the planet. So yeah, honestly,
That's what you'll be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
insects in
Nearest
general
spaceship,
hate
I'm off.
Yep.
it. So yeah,
well, we did find a good way to get rid of them since we've moved because it's like, after we moved last year and that, it's like we've got different neighbours now and everything. So like when you get a
Yeah.
spider like that big on a wall, walking
Yeah.
up and whacking it with a shoe at 10 o'clock at night isn't the best thing.
Fair point, yeah.
However, you hold the cat up to it.
Cat near it.
So,
Scrappy used to do it.
I know.
But
There's a bit of leg hanging out his
Star's
mouth.
our little kitten at the moment. It'd probably be bigger than her, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
if they're on the floor downstairs, the staffy will have them. I mean, like my old,
Oh, really?
where they've had like fields all across the thing.
You've got
And
the
when it
garden
got
spiders,
harvest,
don't you?
they
Yeah.
all came to our houses.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Right. The Sharpei, he'll pick them up and chew them, and then he spits them out. He went fan.
Ends up with like two legs.
The bits of leg.
Trying
hanging
to,
there.
like, trying to hobble off, you know, yeah. I mean,
Right.
spider, not the dog.
Right. I got one last question for you.
Go for it.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh. Such a bizarre question to finish on.
You are love.
But she said, I am.
Yeah,
I'm not quite as old as a dinosaur. I don't remember them, Tony.
you're my oldest dinosaur.
I just
you're
remember
only as
watching
old as you
Jurassic.
feel.
Exactly. Jurassic Park at the cinema. So obviously
That's
for
that's
me.
probably the nearest to dinosaur stuff I go, really, isn't it?
You not watched any of the Jurassic Parks?
I've watched
I
Jurassic
remember
Park,
first seeing it and being inspired by it. So I always thought
but it was
but
all
my
that
favourite-
stories.
my favourite was always Triceratops, though.
I said what?
Triceratops.
See what I mean? I can't even pronounce the stuff.
The one that's got three horns, kind of like an old.
Oh, the cute one with the little like
yeah,
oh, they're
with the
quite
horn on it.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I
remind
used
me
to
of
have a
rhinos.
model one growing up, like a toy one. I remember that. It's really cool.
What's it called?
Triceratops.
Triceratops.
Yeah,
Is
at least
that
that's
you
what I call it.
Tricer on a top? Okay.
You've not got a favourite dinosaur then?
No, I
Okay, she hasn't got
never
one.
never did
Can you
dinosaurs.
believe that?
Other than Jurassic Park, so I don't know how to answer that one.
Rich, have you got a favourite dinosaur?
See, I sound thingy, but like T-Rex has always been my favourite.
There you
Yeah.
go. It's-
T-Rex, now that's the
Daddy's
one.
got
Is
a
it
real
your hand?
One.
Right?
I was thinking the T-Rex, and I thought, no, hang on. I remember really liking the toy Triceratops
Yeah.
as a kid.
That's really
I
cute.
also really love sauropods, which I know I
What's
need
that
to
one?
explain to Tiny. Right, okay. Sauropods are the ones with the long necks, whether it's Brachiosaurus, Diplodocus, Apatosaurus.
Oh,
Right,
okay,
yeah.
got you. Yeah, the
The
Vegisaurus.
veggie one.
Right.
Vegisaurus.
The veggie
Like the
ones.
giraffe.
Yeah,
And
the
the
Vegisaurus, yeah.
Like one. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I remember having a conversation with my son on the way back from watching Fallen Kingdom because we both, through gritted teeth, admitted we teared up right as the volcano hit the dock, right? Because the first thing you see on Jurassic Park when they go to the island is a Brachiosaurus, and the last thing you see on their island is a Brachiosaurus.
Ah,
Right,
that's cool.
and it's pitch black. I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's just pixels. It's just pixels. It's not real.
But the thing
We've
is,
had times like that where not necessarily
If
about
a-
dinosaurs.
if something's done right,
Yeah.
sets the right mood,
We do
then
that with each other.
I'd be like,
You
"No,
crying?
I'm
I'm not crying. Yeah, we've done that.
I'm
Like
not
we said,
crying,
like
you're
the
crying.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It made you a bit. Yeah, and we do that. Yeah, we do that.
So funny.
It's weird though that if something's done right that it makes you want to cry. Why are we all embarrassed about the fact it's made us cry? Why don't we just go, oh, it made me cry? That was really emotional. You know, but we're all like, it's very British, isn't it?
Supposed to be this training kickboxer, dabbling in MMA. it's sort of like, my evening out for fun was getting punched in the face type thing, and then I'm sort of like, it's just pixels. It's just pixels. It's not real. Can't even see it. There's a cloud of smoking away. Stop crying.
Just think it's nice that we're allowed to be emotional.
Yeah,
I think
it just shows you that there is something that presses your buttons occasionally, isn't
there?
there?
If you can do it in a safe place, then it's fine.
Exactly.
So.
It's pitch black in a room full of strangers.
Yeah, even better.
What's that, Power Rangers?
Like in a room full of strangers.
Oh, sorry.
But the thing is, they're strangers. You might never see them again. It doesn't matter.
True. They're probably all doing exactly the same thing. Right?
Yeah.
Gotta remember.
That's brilliant.
So does anybody else have anything to add on to the rest of tonight's podcast?
Are we talking to the chat? Is anyone in chat? You got any other questions?
2 seconds.
like in general.
Yeah. That's good. No. I just want to say it's been good, actually, isn't it? Good to have a chat. I really appreciate you asking us on. I know that it's a change of direction for you.
No worries.
Awesome. Like I said to you before, I really appreciate you coming on. Just like even you guys considering coming on was.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I really
very honoured actually.
Yeah,
to be
it's an honour to be
for
asked.
me,
Honestly,
this is
really
my first. You've done a different one, but this is my first podcast, and you asked me, and I sort of was a bit nervous, and I went, "What will it mean? What will it be?"
I even said to Richie though, I'm nervous about doing it.
We've been our anxiety. I'm not going to lie. I think because it's out of our comfort
out of your comfort zone. Exactly.
Even though it's very similar to streaming, because it's obviously on your side, it's to do with that. And I think I was just sort of a bit like, you can ask loads of questions about wrestling because I have no idea.
See, now that I think about it, what I should have done was like, because I wrote a load of questions down and everything for stuff. And what I should have done was write about 10 wrestling questions.
Would have been like, quick Google it.
Do you know the answer to that? My face should have been like,
I've got limited experience,
I
don't know.
I haven't got any. I think some wrestlers are amazing. I love The Rock. I don't know if that's like, but there's. I know you used to like Gladiators. It sounds a bit weird. Do you remember Gladiators when we were growing up and they brought in this new series? But I used to watch Gladiators growing up and I always sort of thought of wrestlers similar sort of idea and stuff like that. But I've never been into the whole fitness. I dated a few fitness freaks when I was younger and it put me off. So that's why I went for Disney.
I'm trying to say.
Well, you say about they're similar. Do you remember about 2008ish? They re-brought it out on Sky One.
Yeah,
I don't really know.
I'm aware they did it.
Oblivion. Yeah. There's a guy in there. He's literally from up the road from me and.
Really?
Oh wow, that's
cool.
His real name is Nick Aldis, right?
Yeah.
He was at TNA Impact. He was the first person to win a World Heavyweight Championship at a major promotion. First British person.
Yeah.
To win a major World Championship. Right. I'll learn to talk again. He's the first British person to win a World Championship at a major promotion. He has the longest reign of the modern era of the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and he's currently
in general, I believe.
Was 6 overall, wasn't it?
He's saying that he's really good, right?
That's really impressive.
Right? And today his job is he is general manager of WWE SmackDown show.
Really?
Well, that sounds impressive.
Yeah.
That sounds very
SmackDown.
I'm sorry, but SmackDown. Come on, you can't go wrong with that, is that? That's right. Yeah. Oh, of course.
SmackDown. Different organisations.
Sorry.
This move.
Yeah, but that's impressive. Anyway,
he's originally from Dockyard, which from here is about 8 miles up the road.
Really?
That's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's built from King's Lynn, which is like the sort of closest sort of like landmark town, like if you know what I mean. And
the thing is,
further sort of like 7 or 8 miles.
Yeah,
he comes under. He's kind of like the King's Lynn province type thing, isn't it? Because like what was it? Horatio Nelson is technically from King's Lynn.
Okay.
Right, but he's from. I think he's from like the next village along from Sandringham. I think it was, which doesn't mean much to.
West Newton. Is that way?
You got to drive past that. for me to get the bobbies, I've got to drive past Sandringham to get there. Yeah, sort of.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
Recognise the name.
it's within like a 10-mile radius.
Sandringham's where Philip crashed his car, Prince Philip, and where like
they've got a race course there,
royal house there as well. Sorry,
oh, right, okay.
It's where the royal family spend their Christmases.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be right.
Yeah. That's, you know when you're going, I recognise.
Why do I know that?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh,
fantastic! So yeah, that's really cool though to have someone down the road.
I know.
That's the place. Is that why you decided to go for the
the wrestling?
The wrestling that not MMA, is it? That's GLA's thing, isn't it? But the World West, I can't say it.
Yeah, there's different. There's NWA.
Okay.
And there's WWE.
What's the difference between the E and the A then? Association.
So
association and
the NWA stands for the NWA stands for the National Wrestling Alliance.
Alliance
stands for the World Wrestling Entertainment. For each wrestling company, there's normally 3 letters in that company's name, and it all stands for All Elite Wrestling, Total Nonstop Action, Falling Star Wrestling. It's like an abbreviation of something World Wrestling, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So,
okay,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, but did you start doing it because of your associate, like knowing this person quite near to you guys, or?
Oh no, I personally never actually met Nick.
No, not
personally. I've never met Nick
from up the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know a lot of people who know him.
Right. But you don't know like best mates down the pub. But
funnily enough,
it's like Kate's Price in that sense. She's down the road, but we've never actually gone up to her and said hi. But she's like she used to live down the village, down the road. Yeah.
Well, the guy who runs our local promotion, Fallen Star Wrestling, actually went to school with this guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Which is the same high school that I went to, and so that's so.
There you go. Then. Shows how small the world is.
Also, fun fact, if anybody wants to know, what's his name? Roger Thingy, the drummer from Queen.
Yeah.
He was born in Kings Lynn.
There you go, Let.
Yeah.
Well, we have Harry Enfield down the road, you know.
What?
Harry Enfield.
Harry Enfield.
Harry Enfield. We used to have Adele used to live down the road.
Yeah.
That old geezer that liked me in the skirt. What was his name?
I
can't remember his name.
I can't remember either.
I saw him checking me out.
I know what it is.
I was like, how rude. And then someone said, do you know who that was?
I'm not going to say. I don't want to get him in trouble.
Oh, he didn't do anything wrong. I just sort of gave him that naughty look. Like, oh, excuse me. He was,
Alan Partridge has done a few bits and pieces around here as well. If you've ever heard of Alan Partridge.
Yeah.
So, I know of him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's from around this sort of area.
Oh, I didn't realise it. Right, well, whose famous people do you guys know?
What's his name in bloody Blackadder? Not Rowan Atkinson. He was the general in Goes Forth.
Goes Forth.
Yeah, I can't think. I know I can see him, but I don't know what his actual name is.
Stephen Fry.
Stephen Fry. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Stephen Fry. I know him from.
Yeah, he's a North boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know how we ended up just randomly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You started it.
I have no idea how I got here. I know. Comparing wrestling to gladiators. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Tiny's fault. I went on a tangent.
Tiny's fault, right?
This is what me and Richie were on about earlier. You know, like we could be talking about one thing, but it can sort of be.
But it is all linked, isn't it?
But but they can all be like interlinked somehow.
Met Alexandra Kay.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah,
pictures and everything.
He's got pictures and everything. Yeah, best friends on Twitter and everything.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's fantastic.
Richie, do you have anything else to add on to today's podcast?
No, again, I just want to thank Tiny and Dizzy for coming on. Like I say, it really does mean a lot to me that you guys have come on. I sound like a broken record saying it, but
no, I appreciate it. Honestly, I think like Tiny says, it's an honour to be invited to the first one. Which,
Mm.
the first.
What? You implying we're going to
No,
get
I mean
again?
the first branching out.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
what I meant.
Yeah.
Because you've got.
Yes.
Did I hear you say, Richie, that you've got a band, upcoming metal band or something coming in the future as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, a band called Celestial.
Yeah.
Them coming on next weekend.
That sounds familiar. Why does that sound familiar? Is that because you've been telling me about it?
You'll have to watch and find out.
Yeah.
Possibly. Tune in next time.
There you go.
Yeah, again, like I say, apart from again endlessly thanking you for coming on, right?
Honestly, no, thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Yeah.
It's been good fun, actually, isn't it?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, cool.
2.25 hours later.
Watching. Where can they find you guys?
Sorry?
For people
where can
watching,
we be found?
where people can
Well, our home address.
I mean, if you want to, I was thinking like social media and Twitch name and everything. But I mean, if you want to give your house address away,
Wait, so what are you? So on Twitter, you're TinyOnline, is that right?
So I'm TinyOnline 1982 on most things, aren't I?
Are you?
The YouTube and on the
okay, there you go. So
and on
YouTube,
the Twitch.
Well,
Yeah.
on Twitter, are you just TinyOnline or TinyOnline 1982 there as well?
I think there's this really annoying person called TinyOnline that's stolen the TinyOnline thing, and so I have to keep putting my
you have to
age
keep
in
putting
it.
the year.
Do you know what? That's not because of you.
I think you
were
used it on mine.
but you started with the 1981, so I copied you.
I had to, yeah.
And then But yeah, most of it will be TinyOnline 1982.
Yeah.
And on most things.
Yeah. I'm DizzyOnline on Twitch and Twitter, and I think on YouTube and DizzyOnline YT. But yeah, they check out what we're doing there. What days are you live on Twitch?
I stream on Twitch the Monday, the Wednesdays, and the Saturdays.
Yeah, I'm live Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Go on.
I'm working on. I've actually technically got 2 YouTube channels, YouTube videos come in, but they are vigor based.
There you go.
But I've got 2 come in, and I'm working really, really hard on them.
I've just got lots of ideas in the book that I haven't done anything with.
Yeah, I was hoping it would inspire him. But,
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Where Vigor's concerned, right? Just quick thing, right? If you like a shooter looter and you play PUBG, you'll pick up Vigor easy.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we do PUBG as well, don't we?
I think that was my first ever YouTube video was PUBG. So there you go. I kind of agree. I
do a few TikToks with the PUBG. You can't the amount of funs and giggles you have with that.
Exactly.
Well, what we'll do is we'll link your socials and everything.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Pinned comment underneath.
Thank you.
Can you put Richie? One thing I will ask is when you're next going to do your whole live thing again. Make sure you put it in our Discord in the
self-promote so you can
stick it in there with a little bit of detail, like who's coming in or whatever or something like that, and then
make sure
everyone can pop in and come and say hello. Then
we're
all lazy, really, aren't we? We just want links. So
we just want to don't have to look for it. We just want to.
They're live. Awesome, boom. So.
Yeah, there's it's like, I'll go searching for that. I'll be like, click.
You need to give it to me.
Yeah, we're like that very, very much, aren't we? As a society.
Anyways, Richie, thanks a million for organising today. Dizzy, Tiny, it's been a pleasure having you guys
Appreciate
on tonight.
It, Bobby. Thank you so much.
I did forget to mention before we went live, once I actually end the live stream, we'll go back into the lobby. Yeah, that we were in before we started the live stream. Something that totally
so you want us to stay here?
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So,
no worries. Absolutely fine. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah. So yeah, once I finish it, that's not it from us guys, like, if you know what I mean. And something that completely wiped from my mind earlier. So yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro podcast, thank you all very much for tuning in today. Richie, thanks a million for organising today. Dizzy, Tiny, it's been a pleasure having you guys on today. And
awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much for being the first interview podcast here on YouTube that we've done, and for being the first one in the expansion of the Nerdic Pro podcast. Thank you very much.
Got it. Thank you so much.
So yeah, as Richie said earlier, is it the 18th you've booked Celestial for?
Yeah. We Saturday the 18th
Of May.
of May. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name has, as per usual, been Bobby effing Salastar. To your right hand side has been Richie. Underneath myself and Richie. On the left hand side has been Dizzy. On the right hand side has been Tiny. Thank you all very much for watching. Dizzy, Tiny, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you
Richie,
so much.
thank you very much for organising. And we shall be seeing you all later. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Waving.
And stream.